Welcome back to the Ironheart Merchant Company Saturday session. Technically, we're recording this on a Friday, but technically, you're going to see this on a Saturday. It's also going to give us a bit of a week extra of content compared to the rest of those channels, because unfortunately, due to holiday scheduling, Monster Monday and Sunday will be unavailable, so you're getting a double dosage of the Saturday sessions, or at least the party is. Those that are viewing at home, it will be the same. Last time we left off, well, to be honest, the party got in a fight. And in the kindest of terms, they have been dancing with death the entire fight. One blow away from nearly dying each, as I believe Cinder's the only one who's actually been hit and took an extreme amount of damage when he did.
I had to heal. It hurt a lot.
Yeah. With the majority of the session kind of focusing around the parties being ambushed and being attacked on the road with the caravan they had signed up with, heading towards Knighton. Still pre-Monster Monday, for those who are wondering where Saturday had joined up, if you are keeping track at home on the timelines. With Saturday managing to hold their own for the most part. The most interesting options or items that kind of popped up during the fight, besides Cinder stealing the moon from four poor defenseless bog giants, the rest of the fight was focused a lot around Rolliman and Chasteros, with Chasteros mostly focusing on trying to get to the party with his immense amount of movement for his size, and Rolliman, who would be dancing with death at every single blow, as the Storm Giants and Bog Giants still managed to miss him most of the time, and healing as he managed to get his kickbacks on them. With the party managing to hold their own as they did, unfortunately, they would see the death of a few civilians and a whole group of guards. However, as they continue fighting on, we return back with most likely in about 30 minutes, a quick intermission for the parties that you will, or for the party that you will not see. But otherwise, we will hopefully tonight get to the city of Knighton. All right, gentlemen, you've been sitting here for like 2 hours, chomping at the bit, because the DM had to take a shower and eat. DM.exe has not technically fully loaded, but I am here and we are ready to go. With all that has happened, as we come back to the initiative, still round 7 of the initiative, the night sky completely darkening overhead. I believe a light magical darkness kind of covering over the battlefield right now. As you all look about, starting back at the top of the initiative, as I don't remember where we were at in the count, so I'm just going to make it easy for us and start at the top. With Chasteros unfortunately not being available, as his body immediately begins to power down. Also, let me get out of general chat so I don't accidentally start rolling in that chat. Chasteros' wings kind of start to go faintly dim, and his body kind of just slowly slumps while it continues to float in the air, completely, basically being considered knocked out.
Ran out of juice.
As you see, alright, Rolliman. For some reason, I still have a note that you have fire damage, 4 at the start of your turn.
That's from one of the buff spells that James cast, but I have a fire resistance potion down.
That's
so
right, which gives you fire resistance 5, so it counters it. So, okay, that I just have it written down as a note for what your ability was. Cool. Alright, with that, Rolliman, it is your turn on the initiative as you look about, remembering that each of these squares is about 25 feet, and these wagons are about 30 feet in length and 30 feet wide.
Okay. I am just gonna head over to these two over here, like do a run, so it'll be 140 feet of movement, so I think I can get there. 25, 50, 75, 100, 125.
125 right here.
Yep.
I'll just just adjust it as you need to. Okay, I feel that's about right.
And yep, that's my turn.
All right,
I'm
as you
just standing right in front of him.
kind of run
Ready to-
around the cart, your mind still filling with the memories being overwritten with Crump's senior's picture of him kindly going to bat for you and paying for your child support, giving you no ends of shit for having to pay child support. As you kind of have these little light memories flow back through your mind, almost to the forefront, even though you're not trying to remember them.
Yeah. Cinder is. I still know Cinder is like our ally and
Correct.
stuff, right? Like,
Yes.
okay.
Cinder still
I'll tell
appears there.
Cinder. Yeah, Cinder, go for those dwarves. I think they woke up because I don't remember. I realized that their bodies aren't where I left them.
Is there a reason to chase them, or
I mean,
They had blue eyes.
they tried to attack me.
they had what?
James at least says as he looks about the battlefield, waiting, kind of expecting something to come out of nowhere. All right, Rollman, as you end your turn, kind of shouting this back to Cinder. The guards are up. Let me pull up the guard sheet. I didn't put them in order of initiative, and that was my own doing. God damn it. All right. Let's see. Well, those ones are dead. These ones have barely managed to survive. Yes, I forgot about the spirit weapon that had popped up. Alright, I'm just looking around. These giants have no reason to move anywhere. They're just going to hold their ground. Alright, so it looks like the only ones who are going to attack are going to go for the vanguard, or the bog giants up on the cliff as the fight continues.
They got it.
We'll just do 2d20 and save myself the time because they're not going to move. Oh, that's 12d20. We'll use those first two. Oh, well, that's a 32 and a 33 against bog giants. I'm pretty sure.
Lower. It's gotta be.
You never know. I gotta check. Oh yeah. That hits by a long shot.
Giants had a 27.
You never know. Let's see. Let me pop around. There we go. All right. And with that, that'll be the 4d8 plus 26. 46 for 46 points of damage as they have grabbed their spears forward and as a unit charge forward, stabbing the last of the vanguard, or these bog giant vanguards units, killing them almost instantly. All right. That's going to end the guards' turn, as the rest have no reason to move other than to slightly turn and prep themselves in case Rolliman gets overwhelmed. Alright, after the guards, Cinder, you are up.
I'm casting ice skates, and I'm going to find these fucking, apparently blue ice having fucking Arctic dwarves.
Alright, give me either spot or search. I'll take either. They will give you different answers, though.
Since they ran through the snow and it's fucking dark anyway, can I do survival for tracking?
Oh, yeah, I'll take that.
Way higher than fucking either of those things. My only good fucking searching was listen. Let's see. That's an 11. I think I have a plus 14, so 25. Yeah.
Okay, give me a moment. I'm just trying. I'm having a hard time getting SRD to, load. And, none of the other websites are loading any faster. Give me a sec.
SRD, I think, crashed and fucked up all day. Because I tried to get on, 5 hours ago and it wasn't working.
Yeah, same. When I was planning the one-shot stuff with the feats you sent me, I was, looking through and I was going to go and do some double-checking on some class on there. And I was like, oh, okay. That is not the spell I'm looking for. Come on, please. Something load. Come on. You've got this. Alright, a 3rd edition version of the spell is acceptable. I will take it. Alright. Yeah, as you rush forward, kind of heading into the deep snow and kind of following along the path, as you disappear into the darkness following their tracks, about 40 or so feet behind the last wagon, the tracks seem to dissipate at all, and as you kind of look everywhere around, you find what looks to be some ashes on the ground. As you kind of pilfer about it with the survival check, you realize that these look to be spell scrolls that have been burned to ash.
Fucking Alright. There's my turn anyway. I'll hunt them later. One of those blue-eyed scimitars.
Alright, as you turn back around, kind of looking about, and I assume that would end your turn for movement?
Yeah, I did a spell and I ran. I
Yeah,
can't.
okay. Snow, alright. Don't worry, I won't remind you again. I'm just going down my order of list, though. Don't mind me. James, you are up.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Since it's a free, I'm double checking if it's a free action for that to move, for me to move that.
Oh, well, you look that up. Just so you know, it is like almost all. It is dark all around you. If you do not have dark vision or low light vision, you cannot currently see. Which I believe you have 60 feet of dark vision. So, but point being, so kind of keeping that in mind that your dark vision is what's letting you see as you look about.
Well, I heard Roland's voice. He's my friend. He's probably facing down something to use some assistance. I'll run towards where I heard his voice,
All right.
giving me 135 feet of movement.
That is 25. Oh god, here. Woo! There we go.
Yeah.
Huh?
Diagonal here.
Yeah, so it's gonna be 25, 50, roughly about 75. Yeah, if you were wanting to get up next to him.
I'll get up there.
Okay. With your tiny little legs, and that's gonna end your turn for the run.
Yeah. Since
Okay.
I lost sight of this, though, the spiritual weapon bamps right beside me again.
Yeah, as you like sprint through the darkness, kind of passing by a couple of the giant or the storm giant corpse that's kind of laying on the ground slightly, almost looking like its body is slightly sunken in, as it was one of the ones that got hit by the ray of enfeeblement. And as you pass by, kicking something, looking down, expecting to see a rock and seeing a foot there, that's just kind of sticking out of the snow. That looks to be the same color as that storm giant you had seen a moment ago. But as you kind of run up next to Rollman, as you look over, you see some foreigner that you've never met before.
Okay. I don't say anything, but
Yeah, just your own knowledge.
Yep.
Spirit. All right, James. Spirit weapon is up.
It's right by me, so if it's not within 5 feet of the vanguard, then
Nope.
it can't do anything.
Yeah, you still got about 50
no.
feet back here, so I didn't know how close you wanted to be to the bog giant.
I'll
So
get up you know what? I'll get right up to it then to make sure I can smack it with at least the spirit weapon.
Okay, that's fine. That'll just be another 50 or 25 feet, which I think is within your range. So.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
So the spirit weapon will take the 2 swings at them.
Sounds good. Also, for those
For a
who hear...
20 on the first hit.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna mute my phone so that way we don't hear that in the background.
And a 19 on the second.
25 and 19 to hit on the bog giant.
20 and 19, not a
20.
25 and a 19.
My bad. The both do hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And this will just be plus 10 because this is 2 hits.
Mm-hmm.
For 21 damage as the hammer smacks him twice.
All right.
Hammer duel.
What was that?
You summon a mule, remember?
He did. You did
It's a
summon
mule
a mule wielding
hammer,
a hammer. As BK kind of rushes up with the hammer in his mouth, smacking into the bog giants. As you hear a nice crunch. Yes, as he shouts out, "We snaw." All right. Does that end your turn and your spirit weapon's turn? All right.
Yep. Spirit weapon's not got much time left up either.
Crump is up. Let's see. Do I dare to try and get the spell list up? Yes, it works. All right.
nice.
Let's see. What can I? Just give me a moment to make sure I've got this correct. Ah, okay. So that. Let's see, we got anything good for you? Yes, he kind of looks about the battlefield, staring around for a moment, looking up at Chasteros, who is powered down. But can I cast? No, it's a druid. Fuck, it's a druid spell. No! Alright, never mind. He is not going to turn that. He's going to use his 50 feet of movement from his items just to move right in front of the wagon. And then having eyesight on the guard. Let's see. Oh, perfect. There we go. He is going to go ahead and cast a spell, and as he begins to do so, strange, what looks to be symbol underneath his coat or underneath his heavy, merchant attire, begins to glow slightly as a golden light comes from it. As he casts a spell, let's see. It's gonna take a will save. Boop boop. 1d20 plus 2. 15. That's a fail. Alright. As you see almost a vibrant purple hand grasp around the two Vanguard members and lock them in place.
Very cool.
Alright.
Yeah, he's totally on our side.
He is. He's totally on your side.
100%.
Oh, and then...
My boy.
Let's see. Roll for that. Nope. Okay. They don't come back. Jin Tree is up. Well, you're gonna hate this even more, so... Let's see. I'm just double checking something. Okay. As she begins to cast a strange, almost silvery light begins to envelop around her body, and as it does, she seems to grow stronger with her physical features kind of growing larger, her muscles expanding out, her legs lengthening slightly, and the muscles kind of expanding, as well as her own health and complexion kind of beginning to come together to a brighter color. As she is going to then end her turn, as she has no other reason to do anything at this point. They are gone. Bjorn needs to make one more d20 save. That is a success. He is back. Or stable, rather. Not table, stable. There we go. As he kind of coughs up a little bit of blood up on the cliff, looking up at his guards, them kind of starting to look at him, getting ready to apply first aid. Rain has vanished. The civilians can't really run anywhere else. Alright. And sadly, nicely, is the guards. So let's see, are there even that many left? Alright. We'll do, firstly, the two bog giants who have to figure out which direction they're going. Alright. Going that way, and... as they are going to finally bump into the wagon and start swinging.
Not the wagon.
Not knowing what it is exactly. It's always going to be the wagon.
Since they moved, they only got one attack, right?
Yep. And also, I don't think that is supposed to be a plus 13, not a plus 18. That will hit, though! Alright. As the wagon takes 15 points of damage.
I'm gonna have to fix that now. God damn it.
Alright.
He's beating the shit out of that wagon.
He is. Are there any other guards? Nope, it's just this guy here. As he is within range of all three of you, he is going to roll a d3. We'll start Celestial Weapon 1, roll him in 3.
You cannot target the weapon, though.
That's
just
true.
He can't target
You
it,
know
he
what?
can't hit it.
It's a good point, actually. Alright, so, sorry, James or roll him in? James, it is.
Okay, that's fine with me. I have additional AC against them, giants. Let's go. It's time to test this out.
That's good idea. Good thought process, man.
Neither of those will hit with the additional AC.
26 and 18. Really? Alright.
Plus 4 dodge bonus.
No, fair enough. As you easily dodge out of the way. Wow, surprise mode. Okay. Alright. As I think that's the last of those giants that are left. Yep. Okay. Going down, the other ones are dead. I'm gonna roll for this. James is team leader. Call high or low.
Hi.
Okay. Ah, good man. Okay, nothing happens this round. To the top of the initiative we go. Chastro still unconscious as he is. Rollerman takes 4 fire damage and then regains that back immediately.
I
Alright.
just don't take it because its resistance, so I just don't take that damage.
Joking, my man.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. You are up. What would you like to do, Rollerman?
I guess I'm gonna full attack this guy.
Alright.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got.
Put me bonuses. Alright. With the hold monster, do I get any bonuses for that, or is it just a can't move?
Let me double check to make sure. Taking normal actions. Each around a term subject may attempt a winged creature is paralyzed, cannot flap its wings. No, it's just he just can't move and he can't take an action.
Is he paralyzed?
It is. You are become paralyzed. Yeah, technically, which would give you.
That's helpless, I believe.
Let me see.
I believe they're helpless.
Yeah, let me double check because it's been a while. I'm using a different chart for today, so I don't have.
You're good.
Helpless defender. Here we go. Yep, who's bound, sleeping, paralyzed, unconscious, or otherwise at your mercy. Yep. So
Alright, I'm gonna coup de grace him.
Oh, wait. As a full action, you can melee weapon take. Okay, you can also. All right, let's see what you got. So it's you automatically hit. Just to scroll.
It's a crit, I believe.
Yeah, it's a crit.
Well.
So go ahead and just roll the confirm crit to see if you get anything special for it.
Okay. Let's roll 1d20. Nope.
No, okay. Because I assume your modifier is not high enough to hit a 19 with that 5.
Yeah, it is.
It is? Okay, so that will be for a double damage.
Well, it automatically confirms is what helpless does.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
So we're just rolling to see if we got a 20.
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
see.
I'll
Yep,
roll
go
the
ahead.
damage. I'm using my bastard sword because it does more damage.
Let's see what you got.
Plus.
I can see Chaston keeps opening up something else because his ping keeps rising to 267. What are you doing in the back there?
You'll see.
Okay.
We shall see, I guess.
I know, right? Rollman, what you got?
Who knows?
I've got this doubled. 70
Ooh.
damage.
As you
And it's a 42
turn,
save. Actually, he might just be dead anyway.
yeah, I was gonna say cut him down, easily cutting down both as their heads go flying in the air. The creature drops dead on the ground. All right, we are still in initiative because if these two are still under a spell effect, they can get their sight back eventually.
No, they can't.
No, it's
that
permanent.
was permanent.
It's permanent.
Yeah.
It's permanent blindness.
As long as this one is still around attacking your thing, we are still in combat.
It won't be in a second.
That's my turn.
All right. Rollerman, as you watch the heads go flying into the air, the blood gushing out of the bodies as you smile in the thrill of the battle. All right, we'll jump over to next in the initiative. The guards aren't going to be moving as they see no reason. Actually, they're going to begin to move to reset up the caravan, which will put them roughly about here. Let's go roughly about there. That group is dead. There we go. And let's get them over there. Alright, perfect. Cinder, you are up.
Yep, so I'm going to run with my 85 feet movement up within range. Put the cards in the way, so I'm going to put it there and say I'm in range. I'm 1 square closer. And I'm going to cast 3rd level spell, Conjure Ice Beast.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm going to summon my friend Joel, who is a celestial black bear ice beast.
Let's see. Hey, good news. There you go. There's a black bear.
I'm gonna make it glow in the dark.
Where are you, Cheston? There you are.
I'll just put him like right there.
All right.
And Joel is racist and doesn't
Oh.
like giants.
Oh well, okay. That's fucked up, but all right.
That is messed up.
What do you mean?
That makes sense.
You got a problem with Joel's opinions?
He also likes summoning bugs and putting squibs places.
All right, let's see. Joel has 3 attacks.
Woo! All right.
Does a 19 hit?
A 19 does hit, just barely meets. Well, actually, no, it does meet because they're too lower because of their. Yep, never mind. I forgot about blindness.
That one's a 25.
That hits.
And that one's a nat 1, but I did not confirm.
Okay, so 2 hits
Well, not
and
only
1
that,
fail.
construct crit immune.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, constructs are crit immune, so they can't fail. They just can't. They also can't succeed. I think is one of the downsides.
Plus 2 d6. No, it's crit immunity. It's not. They can still crit things.
Okay. Okay.
Plus, yeah. It's just the constructs they're downstairs. They don't have intelligence.
It's been a while since I've played with my constructs. I still prefer oozes.
All right, as he claws the fuck out of these poor guys.
Oh, for 19, leaving them with 4 as the claws tear into the 2 bog giants, who, thinking that they're hitting some strong wood armored giant, suddenly feel it tear into them as they shout back in giant, "Oi, it's a druid!"
I mean, they're right.
As they seem to point towards the wagon and start aiming their hammer or their spears at it.
By your rules, Joel's not moving.
Mm-hmm. Joel is not moving.
And that's another 19.
That hits.
I'm happy I decided to give him the extra d6s of damage when I made his thing, because if I didn't, this probably wouldn't kill.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
6 plus 4. As he just swipes one more time.
Ooh! And unfortunately, as he swipes at them one more time, as they call out, immediately going at the throat, the creatures drop as the claws swipe and tear. The sounds of a almost quieted squelch as it sounds like the bog giant was about to say something. Alright.
Right.
Does that end Joel's turn?
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna see if this other giant tries something.
Alright. I'll put Joel the bear into the initiative. Right above.
I mean, we share initiative.
Yep, but it's so I don't forget to call it out, because otherwise I move on without it. Perfect. Alright. James, you are up.
Well, there's not much left, really. I'll say good job, Rollman, and dismiss. I'll let the spirit weapon run its course as I walk back towards the caravan and start setting things back up, I guess.
Okay.
I heard some wood smashing back towards the back, so I will head back that way, because I'm probably about one of the few people here that can repair that quickly.
What's your movement speed in total?
45 feet.
Okay. Are you running?
If I'm running, then there doesn't seem to be urgency right now, but I will. I may as well go ahead 135 feet.
Okay, so that'll be
Get up there.
roughly here-ish. Okay. Alright, and your spirit weapon will reappear next to you. Okay. It's James, as you end your turn, kind of heading towards the back, the sounds of the last of the giants being torn apart, kind of catching your attention, as well as the sounds of shattering wood. Okay. Let's see. Oh, do I be a dick? I'm just checking something real quick. Oh, it's a temptation. Krumpa's gonna hold his action for the time being. Alright, let me see if these guys come back. Nope. Okay. Jin is going to begin moving over into sight. And fall over drunkenly, apparently.
They fell.
All right.
That's why they've been drinking.
I've got a shot, and I do have range for it. Perfect. All right. It's a D20 plus a 26. That definitely hits. I can't miss, but I gotta roll for crits. And then what is... Give me a moment. Because I didn't link to this on my listing here. Please don't take forever to load. Come on. Also, in good news, the groceries have one stop beforehand, so we got a minute. Okay, so it's 3d6 plus her mod. Is it? Yeah, okay. That is 37 points of damage as she takes a shot at the back of the giants who have no sight. Instantly, as you hear the thunking of the bow, you hear them shout out, Was that the bear?
Joel will pat the ground.
Huh?
Joel will pat the ground.
As Gentry will end her turn, as she can't do anything else as she moved. That lot's vanished. Bjorn is stable. Rain's vanished. The civilians are staying where they are. The guards are just about dead, but except for this one last group who's going to roll. What direction is he going? Are they going to go? All right.
Right towards us.
Heading back through the trees. They start, and they're going to swing at anything in front of them as they try, not hitting anything. All right. Rollman, high or low?
High.
The dice love you tonight.
Same number when
It
Cameron
is.
rolled high.
I know. All right, nothing happens. Up to the top of the initiative, as Chasteros suddenly vanishes.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
Bye, Chasteros.
In a almost black or darkening in the sky as his wings dissipate. And Rolliman, you are up as you just heard James kind of compliment you, not knowing who this individual is.
Yeah. Some guy from the trip, I guess. I guess I'll head towards this guy.
I'll feel free to move as you
140 feet.
wish. Yeah, feel free to move as you want. No worries.
25, 50, 75, 100.
This isn't like Sunday who kept fucking with the board. Or no, Monday,
I'm like
so.
right here. Just as far as I can get. That's my turn.
Perfect.
Nice.
There's a fucking bear!
And you see the bear and these blindly swinging bog giants shouting for moon bears.
Hey, Rollman, you know who summons bears? Rain.
It's true.
Has she summoned a bear?
Well, your memories of Cinder got replaced with Rain, so she can
No,
summon
No, they didn't.
they got unreplaced because the Rain's
There you
not in the thing anymore.
Hey, well, there you go. You know who
Yeah,
summons
Cinder's my buddy.
Yep.
Cinder made a bear.
The guards are not gonna do anything, seeing you guys have it. So Cinder, you are up.
Fucking bear.
Alright, sending Joel first. That works for me. Go ahead and see what you got.
Fuck him up, Joel.
Fucking Joel is angry. That's a 20 exactly.
Joel, like, super.
20 hits.
That's a nat 20. Now, hold on.
And that 20 also hits.
I'll roll the confirmation in here.
Okay.
Please? That'd be pretty cool if it did. No.
Oh. Alright.
Sure.
And that's an 8 to hit for the bite. I want the bite to hit, and that's what it keeps missing.
8 to hit for the bite. The bite does not hit. So go ahead and roll your claw damage.
6.
'Cause I don't think. Yeah, no. I don't think natural weapons have a crit range. I think they're just a 20.
They're all just 20 unless specified otherwise.
I figured. 18 damage. Okay. Let me see. I know it might be easy math, but my head don't work well. So 31. All right, cool. As a jolt tears into the creatures, the bog giants almost kind of taken by surprise as they start swinging wildly out to Joel, who easily dodges out of the way, kind of just taking a light step back as the these spears go wide.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna do something fun with my
Something
movement.
fun.
It should be behind the cart. I'm gonna move to over here beside Joel.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast Storm Moat.
You know,
Oh.
What'd I do?
I know what moats are from Stellaris, but I assume that's not the same.
So I make a whirling vortex of sand that flenses the flesh of whatever it touches.
Jesus
Phew,
Christ.
that's fucked up. All right, cool. I'm down with it. So it's a sandstorm, basically.
Yeah, it's a sentient sandstorm that's gonna rush at the the Vanguard.
Got you. Okay. Well, let's see what you got. Let me give you an object for tracking.
It's a Fortitude save.
Actually, we can just do a bring on the map because it's. I assume
block?
just going to. We don't need a spell block. No, you can just draw a circle on the map because I think that'll be easiest to track.
It's more or less like a slightly autonomous version of Spirit Weapon because like you can tell it to do things that'll follow it, but also you can just kind of puppet it like a spiritual weapon if you want to.
Oh, is it? Okay, well here then. Do I have like a yellow poker chip? Hey, there you go.
Cool.
Make it a little bit bigger. Actually, 50 feet is about right for the spell, I assume, for range. Or like
it's the size of whatever it's like following and hitting because it's just wrapping around a person.
Oh, okay, so this will work. So okay, here, let me rename this to Storm.
Yeah,
and what's the save?
Fortitude. Yeah,
Fortitude,
it's a 5
okay.
foot radius, 10-foot high cylinder of sand.
Oh, okay. Well, here, that'll be easier than to do. Do we have a cylindrical block? We have a square. So we're gonna use the spell cube. And can I? Okay, that's not.
You cannot make it go the other way.
Can't
like,
make
easily.
it stand straight
We've
up.
tried.
Yeah, it won't go that way.
Let's see. No, that's fine. All right, whatever. Here, then I'll just grab a cube. It'll be easier.
Cube.
We'll color it yellow for the sand rending, and then rename sandstorm. And then for the save, well, I do so you can have something to roll here real quick. That is a 23 for the save.
You'll take half. That is a horrible. Those are D8s.
That's bad, man.
Ooh,
That's
minimum damage. Damn.
That's fucking
29. Yeah, I think. Let me double check. 28. As the sandstorm kind of expands around the poor giants, bog giants, they seem to begin shouting. And unfortunately, as they begin shouting, that's where we're going to take a quick break, as my groceries look like they're heading my way. So we will be back in a moment.
Good.
All right, my apologies. We'll continue. When you got to deal with DoorDash. All right. Where was I? Oh yes, your sandstorm,
Screaming.
Cinder. You screaming. Exactly. Does that end your turn, Cinder, as you rush up here with the sandstorm kind of violently getting everywhere as the giants kind of shout out about the sand? You hear one of them go in giant, the snow is coarse. I don't remember this stuff getting everywhere.
God damn it.
As Joel tears into them. Joel having taken his turn. All right. James, my man, as you see Roland kind of charge past you towards the sounds of the attack, what would you like to do?
Well, sounds like there's more fun. I may as well run up too.
All right.
And get right up in these guys' face.
135 feet, you said?
Yeah.
20, 50, 75. Then I'll put you, if you want to get right in front of Rollman. Yeah, there you go. Oh, well, could have just let the DM do it.
He did
first.
a flip.
I did flip.
Don't bug me. There we go. God damn it. There. Alright. As you rush up, running up there, your spirit weapon, BK, kind of teleporting in front of you as he does, and kind of immediately appearing in front of the the bog giants who are looking through this heavy sand that seems to have surrounded them.
Well, they're also blind, so
They are.
as the spiritual weapon will start whacking them.
Mm-hmm. See what you got.
Getting whacked.
16 for the first one, which will miss.
Does not hit. Need a 17 to hit the blinded ones.
Well,
Neither of these misses.
As
spiritual
BK
BK does
swings,
not seem to like the sand.
the giants dodging out of the way of Joel the bear seem to almost in simultaneous effort seem to kind of coincide with dodging BK's attacks. As you continue. Alright. Does that end your turn and your spirit weapon's turn, James?
Yep.
Okay. Are you moving? Ah, yes. Now we will take a momentary break. As it looks like my driver is finally on their way. Okay.
Nice.
Let's see. Where were we when we left off?
I just I put a sandstorm on the Vanguard.
Yeah, it was the end of Cinder's turn.
Cinder's turn. Well, James had failed to hit twice with BK.
Yep.
Yep. Alright, so we're on to Crump Sr., who is going to continue holding his action for the time. Alright, fucking 3 14s, Jesus. Those guys do not return. Gentry is going to take a shot. And that does hit. Does not crit, sadly, for the range, almost. What was it, 3d6 for her? Yeah. 41 points of damage as she, kind of seeing James's BK miss twice, shoots an arrow into the sandstorm and immediately pierces right through the heads, both heads of the bog giants as they drop to the ground. Arrows sticking out of both as they fall. The sudden silence of the battlefield and the kind of calming effect that it has seems to almost put a lot of you on edge for a moment. I'm going to roll one last time. Alright, nope. And then I need a high or low. Cinder this time.
Hi. It's well.
Oh.
One time.
Oh no.
Alright. That does mean the bear hounds are let loose as you hear the sounds of howling and roaring. Let's see roughly on my map. Alright, what? Did not? There we go. As these creatures begin to rush through the forest, roaring and making strange, almost cackling noises as they start rushing through. However, with magical darkness and dark vision, they are going to try to sniff you lot out. And thankfully, Grump's very strong and very poignant perfume seems to guide their attention with their running speed of 40 feet. Let me see, that is from here. So 80 or 50, 75. And then that'd be times 4. I'm just trying to do my maths. What's 4 times 4, Grumpy? Is that 106? Is that 16?
16.
Thank you. Alright, so that will be 100, 125, and 150-ish. There we go. As they're going to start coming up to the body and feeding on it. Also, let me shrink them down to actually proper size, as they're only large. Same. Yes, James?
We're eating our profits.
That's good to know that's what you're concerned about.
Oh, I'm concerned about other things too, but that's the first thought I had was like he's gonna come up and start eating this body.
Alright. As that ends their turn, back to the top of the initiative. Chastros has vanished. Rolaman, as you hear the sounds of howling coming in the distance behind you, the sounds of kind of gnashing teeth and something wet being chewed on in the distance, what would you like to do?
I just kind of groan because this is not over. And I'll just shout, everyone, it's not over yet. Reform up.
The guards
and I'm going to run that way.
The guards begin to groan along with you. Alright, feel free to move your piece for your distance on this one if you're running.
Yeah, 140 feet.
You're getting a good jog in today, you know?
Yeah.
Did
Right,
eat
right
my
about
cardio.
there.
As you step on a giant
Gotcha.
corpse. All right.
Am I able to see them yet or no?
Do you have
I
dark
don't
vision?
think so. I have the dark vision goggles on.
Ah, which were, I think, 60 feet themselves. Yes, they are 60 feet. So,
Not quite
No,
then,
not
because
quite
that's
yet.
all I do
Just
here.
the sounds of gnashing teeth and biting can be heard. All right. Let's see. With the end of your turn, roll them in. The guards are going to begin flowing towards the carts and getting themselves ready for another attack. This lot not hearing it aren't going to do anything. Are going to continue to hang out with Bjorn, and the rest down here are all either dead or moved. Perfect. Cinder, you're up.
Well, Bear dashes at 160. Here goes
Oh,
Joel.
run, Joel. Well, let's see. So 25, 50. Oh, that's right.
I'm being chased by a bear.
Roughly, yeah. Okay, got you.
Bear, and then I'm gonna run 340 feet.
All right. Let's. Oh, that
Don't
way.
mind me. So I had 200, 225, 250, 200. Yeah, I want loot.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. All right.
If you're
As
gonna
you
get
start
bodies, I'm gonna
rushing
loot.
over there, ending your turn, Jill charging into the darkness as well. All right. James, you're up.
My spirit weapon is going to vanish this turn,
Okay.
so it poofs out of existence as I move towards.
Oh.
I'll run too as I run over to this body, which is within the 135-foot range.
That moves 60
I'm
feet.
gonna get some storm giant stuff as well. May as well.
Okay. All right. As you start running yourself, and that will be as a full run action, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so you'll get to loot next turn. All right. Spirit weapon is vanished. Crump, hearing the gnashing, is going to go ahead. Let me double check. What's my highest spell? That hurts. That really does hurt.
Yeah, when you. Yeah, spells are kind of rare right now.
Alright. Crump is going to turn, seeing Rollman running over towards there, and he is going to go ahead and cast Attune Form, as he not knowing what these creatures are and hearing these strange growling and barking noises. This grants you temporary protection against overtly damaging planar traits.
Okay.
Which basically
Very cool.
very simply means if it's a creature from that plane and has a spell-like ability or something like that that would affect you, that does not work. So, all right. As he is going to then turn and over towards, well, actually, Cinder, you're actually the only one in my range to do this. I'm sorry, Cinder. Oh no, you already succeeded, didn't you? You
I
succeeded
did.
my charm
And if
last
he
time.
does
I
it
can't.
again, I swear to God.
No, I can't do it again because of the thing. Oh shit.
He already knows I think he too.
Alright, he is going to then cast Mislead on himself and vanish.
Where'd he go? No one knows.
Ending his turn as he kind of disappears into what looks to be a cloud of smoke that he drops at his feet, smiling and cackling lightly as he does. Let's see, will those lot be resummoned? Nope. Alright. Jin Tree is going to turn, look around, realizing she can't see anything, and end her turn.
Okay.
Bjorn is going to fully stand up from that. Let me roll the heal check. Hey, that is something. As he is now at 2 HP and stands up fully as he is ready to go for combat further. and is going
all we
to
need.
turn and begin running off, which with his run speed, now that he's lost his item, he is just normal. So that is 25, 50. Alright, he is just going to run and then jump off the cliff.
He's gonna knock himself out by landing.
Maybe. We're about to find out. Now, I need to double check. So I don't think...
God fucking damn it, Jordan.
As he is going to now need to make a tumble check to see if he can stick the landing or end up down or prone once more. You know what the best part is? They don't have any tumble bonuses. Bjorn knocks himself prone to the ground.
Nice.
As he lands, his knees kind of dropping out from underneath his weight as he tries to catch himself jumping off the side of the cliff. Alright, ending his turn. Rain is still vanished. Well, actually, hold up. Nope, yep, she's still vanished. Okay. The civilians are going to begin falling back towards the carts the best that they can. Preparing for whatever is to come as they end their turn. And the hounds are up as they are going to once again roll to see if they hear anyone.
I'm sure they hear me running full sprint at him.
They are going
Or the bear behind me.
There's a bear a little
see.
bigger than you.
Yep, but you're not the only one moving. Alright, let's do a D3. Alright, this one's still kind of enjoying its meal. The others are going to begin running up here. Roughly thereabouts. Alright, and end their turn. As we head up to the top of the initiative, on count, Rollerman, you're up.
Alright. I guess I'm moving towards this direction because I still can't see him quite yet.
Nope, but the sounds of the paws hitting the ground as they're running towards you and the heavy snow is quite clear.
Alright. Run forwards, and as soon as I see them, I'm going to be charging.
Oh shit, okay.
So it makes me get up to 70 feet, which I think is just enough to get up to them.
I don't think they're charge immune. No.
I don't think you can be immune to being charged.
Totally
No, you just
can.
get
But
weapons.
you never know.
There are weapons you can get that make you do bonus damage when someone charges you, like fucking the charge breaker spears.
I
Yeah.
say, and there's gonna be a monster out there that's gotta have bonus against charge, but no, not in this case.
Yep. Alright. So charge up, and I'm gonna attack them.
Alright.
It's gonna hurt, hopefully.
As you get a good look at this creature kind of coming into sight, you see this giant black, almost mix of a bear and a wolf. It's large in size, kind of looking you almost in the face as it's heavily breathes, the long teeth. But it's large and stockier frame with the somewhat nimbler looking legs gives a clear sign that this creature is almost an attack beast or a war beast of some sort.
Okay. First attack.
33
to hit.
hits.
Okay, second
Dang.
one.
That's impressive shit.
Yeah. Oh. hold up.
Damn! Alright, go ahead and roll to confirm.
Am I doing math right? Not quite. There we go.
Feel that pain.
This is 29 to confirm.
29, yep.
Okay, so that second one's a crit. All right, now these next two with the comma. 30 to
Hits.
hit. Plus 14. 17 to hit. Is that it?
Yep. 17
Okay.
does not, actually. Nope.
Okay. Yep. All right. So 3 attacks. The second one is a crit. Okay, this is the first attack.
Okay.
30. The second one it'll be double this.
Wait, 30 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Alright.
An extra. I need to add another D6 to that. I'll do that after this.
Jesus. Alright, give me a second. Minus minus 30. Okay. As you kind of slash into it, yep, go ahead.
And that's doubled. That is
36 doubled.
72.
Damn!
Because that's the crit.
That is 3 HP left. Holy shit. In a single
Oh,
hit.
we'll
Go
see
ahead.
if this attack kills it then. Because the first attack has an extra d6 I forgot to add. Yep, 5 more damage.
Yep, dead.
As you slash into the creature one after another, kind of almost as soon as it comes into your sight, but bearing your blade down, kind of charging forth, the creature takes the first swing as you slash into its chest. As it tries to bite at you, as the second blade goes straight for the neck and the head goes flying a few feet behind you.
All right. As a swift action, I'm going to use my Belts of Battle to get a 4-round action to sprint further.
Oh shit! Okay,
Right
coming
up to
into
these
the middle of
guys.
these two. Okay, this one
And
who's
that'll be my
chewing
turn.
down. Okay, yeah. As you see one of the bear hounds back to you, tearing into the flesh of the storm giant as it lays on the ground. The other looks at you, kind of hungry, drool coming from its mouth as it begins to pant. All right, as you end your turn. The guards are up. They have already pretty much begun to move back into place, but this lot are going to move over to the cliffside to get ready to climb down. The rest are pretty much in defensive positions, ending their turn. Cinder, you're up. You're gonna loot.
Here comes a fucking bear.
The bear's
bear?
coming.
Oh gods.
Here comes a fucking bear.
Joel comes rushing up, passing the first bear hound as he comes up behind Rollman. The sounds of his heavy pattering on the ground as he does.
And then I'm gonna start looting.
All right, give me a search check.
The bear's looting?
Oh, totally. It totally doesn't have intelligence.
Let's see.
My search mod is mediocre, to say the least.
Okay.
17.
17. James is rejoining.
I am
Ow.
specifically outside just looking for items. I'm cutting off their hands and feet because I remember the nails are worth something.
Mm-hmm. Well, that'll take longer. I assume you're just kind of pilfering through things and looking at what's on them and grabbing what you can.
Body stuff first.
Yeah. Okay.
Body.
So for the storm giant that you're going to be looking at, this is that. I'm just going to kind of note some things real quick. And this will all be noted to be in huge sizes. With that, and then cure moderate wounds, and that's basically what you get upon the first look about as you kind of pilfer through their items. So you can kind of note that in the background.
Yeah. All right.
I will mention the breastplate, and the greatsword, and the longbow all have the marking of Lithotara on them.
Shit, that's fine.
All right.
That can be removed.
As Cinder ends his turn, kind of looking through the pockets of the storm giant and kind of digging through his armor. Joel ending his turn as he comes plopping to an end, kind of panting heavily, drool and blood of the bog giant still on his breath.
Only blood. Remember, he's a construct.
That's
There's
true.
He's
That is
just
true. All right. As you end your turn, James, my man, you are up.
Going through the pockets, and I'll make sure to remember that this one's leg has already been removed.
yeah. This one's like
All right. Give me a search check.
This one's legs missing.
Alright.
Where could it have gone?
Oh no, I tripped over it earlier. I know where it is. Search, make sure I have this right. Okay. Pain in my ass. Might not find as much.
What? Just roll mediocre. Just roll decent. Well.
That you said roll mediocre first, so that's what you get.
Okay. All right. Let me just roughly. There you go. All right. As you begin to pilfer through the pockets of the storm giant with your action, is there anything else you'd like to do?
not moving. I don't find anything else interesting on it at the first look, so it'll just be okay. I will move on to walk towards where I hear fighting.
Okay. Moving your 50 feet. Or
Yeah, roughly.
roughly
Yeah,
45.
right
Yep.
there, 50.
Perfect. All right, as James begins to kind of head forward after kind of patting down, looking at the armor, checking out the sword, as well as looking at the bow on the back, not knowing to check underneath the kilt of these individual creatures, as he has yet to find the mountain dong to note to look for it. Thus, though, James ends his turn. All right. Crump Senior is up. And he is looking over at Cinder. I really want to. Let's see. Cinder, do you count as a frozen creature?
No.
Okay, I figured it is not.
Sorry, but you are like 8 levels too early.
Yeah, no, fair. Give me a minute. Okay. We're gonna roll for it then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1d9. 4. Alright. As Crump is gonna come around. Actually, no, come over here. Roughly to this tree. Do I have sight on Rollerman? Just yeah, just barely. Okay. Alright, Rollerman.
Yeah.
You now
More buffs?
have the breath of a red dragon. As you feel your neck kind of begin to warm up. Around it, the design of like almost a dragon tattoo seemingly appearing momentarily, or rather temporarily. As you feel your body overcome, you now have dragon's breath cast on you.
Cool. I'm not gonna use it.
You know, hey, listen.
Crumpus stepped up his spell game from your memories.
Yeah.
Crump
Dude,
is...
so many
is-
spells. I don't remember these.
I know, Crump is a hell of a caster. Alright, will these come back?
Usually he was just casting healing spells.
No, alright, ending his turn. Jin Tree, again, can't do anything, so she's going to hold her turn unless something comes in her range. Bjorn is going to stand back up and end his turn.
What a guy.
The civilians staying where they are, as they don't really have a reason to move at this point. We jump back to the bear hounds. We're gonna see if this one called a will save. What's your AC, Rollman?
Currently?
Yeah. Is it higher than a 9?
It is higher than a 9.
All right,
Not by much, but it is higher than a 9.
The creature's going to turn towards you. And hungrily is going to begin to try and bite you.
Okay.
Alright, as it's not moving, I'll get 2 bite attacks.
Go for it.
I plan to, good sir. Ah, well, it'd help if I hit RR instead. There we go. 20 and 34.
Those both hit.
Alrighty. As the creature kind of chomps at you twice. Let's do...
Take 9 piercing damage.
Okay, one moment. Plus 18. That'll be 24 piercing damage back to you, good sir.
Okay,
So
you're gonna be
9?
hitting with 4 attacks.
Oh, what? Hold up a minute.
Yes.
I
Counter
understand.
Oh
Counter
no,
swings.
counter swing. Oh wait, is this like counter spell? Hold up, no.
No.
Yeah, counter
Pretty much.
sword.
This is counter stab.
Counter sword.
Yeah, right. Oh
Counter
god.
sword for 3 more d20s.
That works.
That's easier. They're all the same bonus. Alright, 26, 30, and 23.
Yeah, all 3 hit.
Okay, all 4 then. Alright. You're gonna be hit with some big boy damage.
No,
I think this is
Yes.
about to be potentially dead.
it's potential.
I'd like to
Potentially.
confirm that this dog has just lost his head.
We'll find out.
I hope this one's ready when I put a fucking bear's coming up.
True, there's a bear.
There's
There's
a bear.
a fucking bear.
All right, let's
above
see what
the
you got for
entire-
demo.
It's
Evil
gonna
bear.
hurt.
Oh, please no.
You saw me do it with one swing a minute ago. This is 4.
Yeah, but it gets weaker with after the first two.
Nope, they're all the same.
Oh.
Plus, all right, 121 damage.
Well, as you turn, kind of taking the bite, swinging once more, and cleanly cutting the creature's head off, you watch as it drops dead almost immediately. All right.
Who's next?
The other bear hounds are going to immediately go after you.
Okay.
So I'm just going to roll all of them to save us some time. So it'll be 3d20s since one of them moved. Plus 18. Oh, that's a crit. 35, 25, and 38.
Yeah, those all hit. See if you can. Yeah, you can. You can. That's a critical hit for the last one.
All right, so that'll be double the damage. So it's like 4 hits.
You want to do 4 hits? Because that'll give you another attack.
No, I'm rolling as 4 hits basically.
Yeah.
What's 9 times 4? 26. 36?
36.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Making sure. That is 56 points of damage to you, Rolamon, from piercing, as the one that kind of rushes up towards you bites you, as the other one does as well, taking 2 chomps out of you.
Cool.
All right.
All right. First order business.
2 attacks against one and 1 attack against another, I assume.
That's
They
not
get
quite how it works.
stabbed.
Oh, no, it's more?
Minimum damage. Or so this is the cloak damage. So if they attack me once, they get hit with 4. If they attack me twice, they get hit with 8.
Alright, so then this one.
And it'll be 2 attacks for every attack they dealt me.
So, okay, so 6, okay.
Mm-hmm.
97.
So 6.
One of those is gonna die.
Not necessarily, 33 hits?
Bad rolls.
Oh, no, that's a
no,
total.
that's the 60-20s.
Gotcha.
So that's a 21 on the first.
Nope.
It's a 38.
Everyone hits.
28.
Yeah, every other one hits but the first one.
Oh, just the 2 misses? Alright.
Yeah, just the 2, because the AC is 22 for reference.
I see. Okay.
Mhm.
I gotta do a lot of math now.
Yep, time to go through it.
You should do all HP pools as one big one.
No, do
Or-
2.
Okay, I'll do 2. I'll do it in a group of 1 commas and 1 bastard sword because that's how it works.
Okay, because I was just saying, one of them hit you only once, the other one hit you twice, so.
Yeah. Okay. So this is for just the one. This will be.
Damn. The racers are out tonight. In the distance, there's
The
a storm
racing?
giant zipping by in a airship.
In a souped-up airship that doesn't have a
So,
muffler.
67 to that first one.
Whew, fuck. Alright. 167 as the creature's like loses the blade comes up cutting into its nose, watching the front jaw kind of go flying into the distance, the creature kind of yelping immediately as it does, holding its face as the blood starts squirting onto Rollman. Alright. Roll for your
don't do
second.
that. Messed up.
Right.
Okay, so this one of them missed. So
Oh, okay.
Go bastard sword.
Cinder's planning something in the background, I can feel it.
Okay. So it's the commas damage. So 21 for the first,
Okay.
and that'll be 2 more.
Oh no. Hold up. Wait a minute. That's a lot of health to take in one hit. That's your low damage.
Yes.
I don't like that.
Yes, indeed.
Whew.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
You know, for those players looking to ever join my campaigns who are watching this back and wonder why these players build like this, it's because they're fighting CR 7s and higher.
65.
Whoa, shit.
Yeah, the only one that doesn't deal damage like this is me, but I'm still figuring out how good my build
As
is.
the leg of the creature goes flying and as the blade slams into the creature, the side of it smacking the mouth, watching teeth go sputtering off to the ground, the bear hound kind of roars at you in shock as it takes the hit. The commas coming, kind of hitting it in the side almost immediately as a follow-up. Creature tearing away and stepping and looking at you as it looks glaring and hungry, drooling as the blood comes from it, leaks from its mouth. All right.
Right.
That's the end of their turn. So heading up to the top of the initiative, Rollerman.
Time to clean up.
I was gonna say, as you look around, ready to clean up, what would you like to do?
All right, we're gonna first attack this 11 HP one.
Okay.
You start with the other, because if you somehow don't kill, Joel will kill.
Oh, that's fair because 11 HP. Joel got that one. All right, I'll go for
I have
the higher HP one.
I have a charging setup on the other one.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Okay, so 2 attacks starting on this more HP one. 22 to hit. I think that misses.
22 just meets it. Oh, it hits.
Nice.
You need a 2 to miss, not a 3.
Yeah. This is the combos for the guy. 34. Right, so
34 points.
Okay.
Oh no, that's 34 to hit. Okay.
That's just a hit. Not the
Listen, I can't
I'll
tell
give you-
some half these times.
Don't worry, I'll give you the damage now.
All right, I got you.
Your to hit rolls and your damage rolls are about the same.
Yeah, roughly. God damn, it's impressive.
That's how
honestly.
you build for 3.5.
It's
73.
true.
That's a high roll.
Woo! Yeah, as his head goes flying, as you kind of prepare yourself for the repost, and as the creature tries to lunge at you, watching as it does, you cleanly cleave the head going flying, as some of the giants in the background clap.
And then 2 more attacks on the other guy.
All right.
11 health, he's so dead.
I'm just gonna take 10 on this first attack with my feet. Can I do
Okay.
it once per round?
Yep.
So that's a 29 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. And then this is for the Kamos, which is more likely to miss because I have
That's true.
-5 to it. 26.
26. Okay. That
It's
hits.
very much going to die.
Yeah, yeah. I think if you roll bare minimum damage, I think you still kill this poor creature.
My added damage besides the dice is already.
yeah.
The-
Yeah.
Look, the
Roll-
hound started.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
They
started it.
this fight.
Yeah.
Now
Roll
we
to
get-
see how much damage you do.
65.
Oh, yeah, easily cleaving the head cleanly off as you finish off. How would you like to end this, Rollerman?
Just a clean chop of the head off with a flourish as both blades come down.
As the head goes flying away, the gleam of the moonlight as the darkness starts to dissipate just in time. The gleam of the moonlight catching your blades as you kind of come out of it, standing on the other side of the bear wolves, swinging your blades down at the snow as the blood kind of slams onto it as you put each blade away, standing there over the corpses. The giants beginning to clap in the distance and shouting your name.
All right.
Let's roll.
Gather the bodies.
Guards begin to kind of hearing that, accept the orders and follow through.
Alright, Joel understands.
Yep.
Joel just walks away.
The guards are going to begin to help, and we won't use the map too much more for the purpose of the video. I'll leave it up for the players to kind of use it as their own little reference to count corpses and stuff as they're looking. But as the
James.
party... Oh, good.
James will, hearing that Merlin shout that, James will head back to repair the cart as much as he can to see what damage has been dealt to it.
Yeah, as you lot kind of begin to slowly come over and bring the bodies over, it'll take about an hour to move them one by one, all into a group for those slain. Let's take a look.
With an hour, he's gone.
Ah,
Oh, poor guy.
That summon's over.
He did help. He helped.
He did help. His summon's over.
gotta put the...
He'll be
the
back.
We don't know this
dog-
one exists.
No,
Again,
well,
move up.
with the time that you guys have, you assumedly someone's gonna be heading down the road to look.
Dude, I zoom around so fast, I will find everybody.
Go scout. Go. Cinder the scout. Go.
So I'm just bringing the bodies over as you lot begin to kind of dig through and look at them one by one.
I will cast Treasure Scent to find literally everything of worth on their bodies.
Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna post it. I didn't have too much time there for a second. I didn't want to kind of slow us down here.
Yeah. I just want it noted, like, I'm not anything.
Fair. Alright, let's see. As you start digging through, let's get your kill count here. We got 1, 2, 3... Nope, wrong giant. 4, 5... 5 storm giants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bog giants and 4 bear hounds that you managed to get back. Oh, wait, hold up. I'm missing a cat. Sorry. 14 bog giants as you begin to loot through their bodies. We'll take a quick momentary break for the recording while I post the loot so the party can kind of do their stuff. But before we do, who's going... I assume you guys are going to be chopping them up, or are you going to not want to chop these guys up with other giants nearby, out of curiosity?
Just gonna look at them. Do you mind if we, break the bodies down?
Give
Kind
me
of enemies, but
give me a diplomacy check.
they're not angry at me. So they're not enemies, so friendly
I'm
face
gonna be
will work
honest,
here.
I was just do it where they couldn't see me, but if you want to ask,
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving it's a friendly
They're the
face, so I get a
enemy.
plus 13
Plus 13, okay.
for a 29.
Plus to 29. As you kind of say this, you see as Bjorn slowly makes his way over towards you, hearing you kind of talking to the other guards. Crump kind of like sitting off to the side on the wagon as he kind of watches everything. Bjorn just kind of nods and goes, I mean, I can't deny you did most of the work, so yeah, spoilers are yours. Just please do it outside of the view of the locals, as it's it's not very kind to see the cut up of corpses.
James will nod. Agreed.
As Bjorn begins to move the wagons and begin to get them kind of in order, heading down the road a little bit and coming to an end, kind of roughly about up here, so they're out of eyesight.
How long is the process of gathering this stuff going to take?
It'll take you roughly about an hour, I'd say, to drag all of the bodies one by one and let the wagons kind of move on, so that way you guys can start to begin cutting everything up. I'm just moving these over for my own tracking real quick, just so that way as the group goes that direction and you lot kind of hang back. All right.
Where's Crump?
Crump is heading with the wagons up, kind of heading up there. Yeah. Oops.
I just questioned Crump like, Crump, shouldn't we grab some of the loot? We helped a lot there.
As you kind of see Crump heading past you, he kind of stops, smiles, and goes, no, I have more interest in getting there on time at this point than I do an interest in these corpses. I've gained what I need out of this.
You mind if I grab some heads of the officers? They're worth a decent amount.
Take as you will. Oh, before you go, I must ask, remind me, young Ruhlman, I don't quite remember, what was our goal for the future, with the Ironheart Merchant Company? I remember I told you at some point, but please, if you could remind me as he kind of like digs through his kit to look for some butcher's kit to hand you.
I don't handle the finance side of the Ironheart Merchant Company. I'm just kind of along for the ride, killing stuff.
Yes, I know, but I know I told you something about my plans. What was it? I mean, do you remember? I want to make sure I get everything straight before we head tonight.
the one benefit that he's never told Roland what the goal.
I know. Rollman doesn't. Rollman knows general
No idea.
stuff, but
I mean, I'll try and remember, I guess.
Yeah, give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
We'll call it.
Trying to steal my right hand but I'm so paranoid. I keep it secret from him. Jesus.
Everyone's planning as James Gunn is make more money.
13, just the average.
Make money.
I mean, the general plan of James has been mostly to like make. Well, the plan that you know is he's looking for materials to make you gear, and to get to get the ship upgraded. Beyond that, I mean, and then eventually to head to a nation full of smiths. I mean. But to be fair, that's the same kind of information that was given to the rest of the crew for the manifesto. So as you kind of think about it, but that's about all that comes to mind.
I mean, just make money. You said you wanted to get some materials for maybe a new upgrade for myself. Had to, I don't know. Maybe I think we talked about Normax lands at some point. I don't know. But that's one of the many ideas.
No Jakix Morin fella was bothering us or anything, I don't think. He kind of like strokes his chin lightly and goes, interesting.
I squint my eyes at that, but alright.
Kind of look up and he goes, Oh, did I say so? Weren't we bothered? I do apologize after
Can I
with the
sense motive this
fight.
individual?
Yeah, give me
He's
a
done
sense
some
motive.
strange things up to this point.
Give me a sense motive, yeah.
That is not the memories aren't adding up right now.
Yeah.
Dude, this is a weird
And a
talk.
few of them, there's like 2 of him.
This is a weird fucking talk I'm listening to, Cinder.
Kind of like standing off to the side, Cinder, as you kind of drag the bodies over with the help of James and a couple of the guards.
You know how tempted I am to go talk to Crump if I knew he wouldn't do something to me.
15.
15. He seems to so far be telling you the truth. Is there something you're trying to get out of this sense motive specifically?
Because he mentioned like we never run into Jack Hicks, and I was like, we run into Jack so many times
All the fucking time.
that does not make any sense at all.
It seems as from what you can gather, it almost seems like he got hit on the head during the battle, or like the battle high. You know, it's not uncommon amongst troops to get so engrossed in the battle that
Guess
their
that's
memory is
fair.
fogged. So as you kind of think about it, you're pretty sure Crump's not dumb, but you know, at the same time, I mean, he has been kind of crap in battle. As you kind of think back to that Goblin Bone Drinker that he failed to hit every swing and almost let you die during.
Yeah. I'll just let it drop, and I'll head over to the other part of the caravan where they got the officers. I'm gonna.
As you
Clear
kind of
some heads.
ignoring Crump's caution and kind of stepping away as he kind of looks at you and just kind of shrugs and continues on with the caravan, leaving you to go on with your mission. As you pass by Cinder and James, who are kind of standing off to the side looking at the pile of corpses as they begin to kind of assess what they're going to do.
Rollman, the hell were you talking to Crump about?
You mean our boss? What are you talking about?
I don't work for Crump.
Rolliman, did you
We
hit your head?
Who
Our
are
boss
you, by the way?
here. I point at James. The hell are you on about?
Okay, so are you all right? You got hit pretty hard back there, right?
I've never met that man in my life.
Why are you talking to this individual? Who are you, sir?
This is my nephew.
Looking at James.
I'm the owner of the Ironheart Merchant Company, your boss, best friend. We've been traveling together for over 20 years.
Give me a will save, Rollman.
Okay.
Can you roll good for once? Remember the last time's roll?
Yeah. Maybe I'll roll good for once. I don't know. It's setting the command. It's so slow. 26.
Oh, hey, finally! You just barely made the DC. I'm proud.
That's an 11, by the way.
Friendship is power!
Suddenly, as you hear this, your memory kind of begins to flow, and you start to realize as the Crump sticker kind of flows off your memories, things begin to flow back in, and you realize you've been under some sort of charm effect. You're not sure if it was a spell or something, but it seems almost as if you were under a monstrous charm effect. As you look about, it kind of taking a second. It could have been Crump. It could have been one of the creatures or one of the guards that you were fighting.
I'm totally assuming it's Crump just because of the leading questions he asked.
Also, we never saw the guards you're fighting cast a single spell.
True. Well, they did have the one wand of chain lightning. I think. No. That was
No,
another
that's
fight.
in the future.
Yep. My
That was the other-
apologies. I'm mixing it up. Ignore me.
They pulled out a spell scroll they failed to use and didn't
That's
do
right.
anything.
That's right. As you kind of suddenly realize that the
I don't
leading
make it outwardly
questions-
showing.
Yeah, but kind of in your
outwardly show
mind
this
as you kind of begin to piece everything together, Rollman, kind of lightly looking over in the direction of Crump and where the caravan's at. They don't seem to. They are out of eyesight, and as you realize, you are left alone with Cinder and James.
When Rollman looks back
Pat
from the
Rolliman on the arm.
I give him a nod because he tried to do the same to me and failed. I'm like, yeah, I understand.
I just nod. Sorry, James. I must have hit my head.
No, from what Uncle said during the battle, because he cast Peaceful Serenity on me. Something.
I just
or
hold my finger to my
someone.
mouth.
He's telling you to shut the fuck up as I lean in.
James, who's very
Yeah, you must have hit your head.
he kind of stops quietly, immediately starts speaking again as you lot kind of stand there, being left kind of amongst the corpses.
All right, James. I don't know you, Cinder. I know you're working for Crump. We're not going to talk during this exchange, so it doesn't make it weird.
I will note to the casters of the group, when you, to your own knowledge, now Rollman wouldn't know this because he's not a caster, but when a spell effect turns off, in a sense, or someone succeeds, you can tell, unless the spell specifies otherwise.
I'm just gonna whisper very softly to Rollman. Spellcaster can tell when the magic goes away that they've cast, right?
Yeah, he already knows.
I mean, I didn't know that.
Well, you do now. You do now.
Still assume. can always make it seem like he fucked up and made it permanent.
I'll just shrug. Go back to fucking rifling pockets for gold.
Yeah, I'll start following Cinder's orders to get
I'm kind of storm giant head
into
off.
places.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so minus the so with the survival checks, as you begin to kind of cut them up, I'll post loot after session for like all the body parts, because that'll take us fucking forever. But for the random loot you got,
I do recall them using belts and gauntlets throughout the fights as
I'm
well.
gonna post that here in a minute. I'm just gonna also roll my other thing. Give me a minute.
I will grab, just for note, the javelin that stabbed me with lightning damage way earlier in the fight.
Yup. Alright, so...
Yeah, I'm gonna go hunt down those javelins, too.
No, we don't need to. I mean, we probably don't want to stray too far from the card.
Yeah,
I'll stick close enough to the group. If I see a javelin, I'm picking it up.
Yeah.
To be added, survival chop up. Oh, because I'll put that up at the end of session. For those who are curious, alright, so we got how many storm giants? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, alright. 5 plus 2. And we'll put a note. These are going to mostly all be huge, but just in case you didn't know.
It's fine. We have some huge customers.
Right. I'm just gonna... Oh, god damn it. Let me scroll back up here. Alright. 5 plus...
Pardon me, though, while I have to go prep Mom's medicine.
No worries. You've got a second? For those listening back at home, we're gonna pause recording so you don't have to sit here as we get the loot tables done. We'll be right back. As we come back, now that we've gotten the list out, so yes, I'm going to list this out while the party kind of looks over the list, so that way for those who are watching, and in case the DM ever needs to look back and confirm this, as you guys begin to kind of work on the bodies, again, I'm not going to go into the chopped up parts, we'll do those post-session, but you managed to get around 5 sets of +2 breastplates that are huge, 5 +2 greatswords that are huge, 5 +2 longbows that are huge, 5 goggles of dark vision 60 feet, 15 javelins of lightning bolt that do 3d6 points of damage, if you're curious, 16 sets of +2 hide armor, huge, 16 huge +2 long spears, 16 rocks of ooze, which, if you're wanting to see it, wonder what that is, go watch the Monster Monday episode and you'll catch up for the crossover episode. 16 scrolls of moonbeam, 2,000 GP per individual, so that'd be 21 times. 3 bags of holding type 1, 21 temporary gauntlets of ogre power, and 21 temporary belts of endurance. Both are 1 usage, basically. 12 potions of cure light wounds, 15 rubies, which are about a half a foot wide, 1 wand of detect magic, 1 scroll of unseen servant, a potion of endurance, and a potion of hiding.
All right.
As you manage
to want to take?
Yep. And then noting, roughly for poundage, with the survival, are you taking the meat of the creatures, or are you just taking, like, the toenail clippings, the hair?
The useful magical bits.
The blood. Okay. So, Storm Giants, it's gonna be, I'm gonna just give you guys this real quick, because that's easy to give you on top of that. We'll note Storm, I'm not putting the calculations, because we'll do that after. But Storm Giant blood,
useful parts.
Yeah. Hair and nails. You're not taking the skin, because I don't think Storm Giants get anything interesting for their skin.
Aren't they lightning resistant?
Just the bog giant skin.
I think it's the bug. They are... No, they're immune to electricity.
That's probably worth.
Okay, I'll make a note of that, so,
Storm giant armor.
Or giant skin for electricity. Then, as far as it goes, I don't think... Oh, and then their lungs for water, breathing, potions. And then for the bog giants, I don't think bog giants get anything interesting. Do they?
It was the skin you said was used for
I think they
armor.
also get water breathing for their skin.
Yeah, they...
heals.
Yeah.
No, you guys fought fog giants, which is where you got some cool
Fog
skin
giants
stuff.
and bog giants is what we fought last time.
Yeah, the fog giants had cool stuff. Bog giants don't have any cool skin effects. They're just rock catching.
You said there are. You said their thing. They could be. Their skin might be able to be used to make mariner's armor.
No, I didn't. I've never said that.
Because they're aquatic.
I've
They're
never
aquatic.
spoken the word mariner in my life.
No,
So,
I said mariner because he said the skin had water properties.
yeah, they
water
do
property,
not, unfortunately.
Oh, that,
But and then for them, I don't think there's really going to be anything that's useful for blood or yeah, like mountain giants, they're kind of lacking in anything magical. So you can take parts or you can leave the bog giants.
Huh.
Up to you.
I say just leave them.
I will leave that for Uncle
Yeah.
Cinder. We can leave them, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna leave them. All right, cool.
I say we take the goggles, the javelins,
For the
We leave the
bear.
the
bodies.
scrolls.
I mean, I'm grabbing the scrolls of Moonbeam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bags of holding.
I'll take.
the gauntlets and belts, and then everything else
Okay.
like below that.
And then I'm just gonna note for James. Teeth of what is it? 4? Yeah, 4. All 4. Well, because they count as enhanced weapons. Technically, for the natural weapons of the bear hounds. I'm just noting this real quick for bear hounds as well.
Yeah.
And then the pose for boots that offer tracklessness. Because that's a cool thing they have, or trackless step. And then I think that's it, because the wild empathy stuff is all personal abilities. So, alright, there's a little update for what you're grabbing for materials. We'll get into like the actual like numbers of post session, I think, but I think that works. Perfect.
All right.
As you guys begin to kind of dissect and tear up the bodies, I assume you're gonna be leaving like the majority of the meat and like non-usable potion crafting materials and like or like item crafting materials behind. Okay.
Yeah.
As you begin to kind of cut them up, it'll take you about 3 hours as the caravan kind of gathers itself together, buries the group of dead frost giant guards and the civilians who didn't make it out as they kind of set them off to the side.
I will leave after grabbing the heads to keep up the facade of me not caring about these people.
Okay. Alright, as you just kind of go through the storm giants, cutting the heads off one by one as you do, heading back up towards the caravan as you leave Cinder and James behind. Cinder and James, as you see Rollman walk off. Yep, go ahead.
Yep. I
I'm
am,
just gonna look.
because I'm scared of undead, and then becoming a problem there. I'm gonna cut the legs off of the bog giants, even though I'm not taking them.
Okay.
So when someone inevitably comes to raise them as undead, they're gonna not have legs.
Alright, as you start
know what?
cutting
Yeah.
one by one. Yeah.
I'll
Okay. As you start to kind of cut the legs off of the creatures one by one, before they can hopefully be resurrected at any point, moving the parts and kind of like scattering them about the battlefield as you do. After a little while, kind of moving the legs to the other side of the field, feeling pretty comfortable. It takes another hour or so of doing so, but
Yeah.
as you kind of begin to, you guys gonna head back up to catch up.
Yeah, once we
Yep.
move all our parts. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, as you kind of load up the last bits of the blood, the hair and nails, the skin of the giants, the lungs of the storm giants, and then the bits of the bear hounds that you guys can manage to get, kind of getting it into the not wagon. You guys have you guys did bring a wagon, right? Or is it no? It's
We
just your
have
sled. It's just your sled.
3 sleds that are
Yep.
attached to each other.
As you kind of like load it up, as Cinder begins to pull and mush after James, kind of walking alongside as the group of you begin to head towards the caravan. As you head through the kind of nightly street or the nightly road, kind of catching up, Rollman kind of already heading over towards Crump as he kind of catches up to him and stands beside him. As you two head towards the rest of the caravan walking over, you notice the guards kind of eye you a lot warily as Bjorn kind of begins to head over towards you, James and Cinder, as you catch up. So he kind of walks over, standing next to you a lot, and goes, "So, it looks like we lost about half our mercenaries, and the rest, and a good chunk of our guards. There's a question of if we should head back to the town. I've taken a polling, but since you lot managed to do most of the work, and we don't seem to see any sight of the apex monster. Question is, you lot think we should head back, or you think we keep going? Because my vote at this point is to continue through the night and try to get to Knighton as fast as possible.
That would probably be the safest bet. They have walls, and heading back, there's the giants on the other side of the city that might see us coming back whimpering.
If we go back, this is all for nothing.
He nods and goes, yeah, I fear the same. Alright, I'll call the wagons to continue on, then we'll start working in shifts. You lot will have to pull your own weight, as I won't be able to cover for you, but if you're cool with that, we'll move out. Also, be careful, it looks like your compatriot's getting real close to that Crump fella, and I don't trust him as far as I can throw him.
James just looks and says, nor do we, but we'll see.
He nods. And begins to turn back, heading up towards the wagon as he leaves you two to kind of talk amongst yourselves.
Uncle, how... I understand I'm not the smartest tool in the shed, but we both agreed that if the spell was broken, Crump knew, right?
As far as I know.
So Roland's putting himself in way more danger.
Is he, though? Think about it. The guy could cast the spell from across the field anyway. What changes him standing with us or standing next to him?
Fair. Do you want to stay towards the back, middle, or front this time, Uncle? Without rain here, I can move along this train freely.
I'll cover the back. I can summon creatures if something attacks to buy time.
I can't do that currently. I can only either buff myself or buff someone else, so I should probably go towards the front since I'm at least able to take a good hit.
Yeah. Don't worry. You do that. I'll be fine back here.
As James kind of begins to walk forward, splitting off from the group, during the chopping heads, leaves himself a note in similar way to the Kaijin situation. Okay, I love that, Roman. All right, little carvings in your a little dagger into your gauntlet, or the side of your bracers that has like the little notes and scratch it marks that only you recognize the symbols of. As you do, as you head over, I don't know if you're fully back or not, Roland, but
I am.
Okay, James, you see as James kind of passes by as you walk over towards Crump, as Crump kind of sits on the back of a wagon. The Bjorn himself kind of passing by as well as he starts to shout out orders for the wagons to begin moving and keep going. What do you want? What would you like to do?
I'll just talk to Crump in a whispered voice. This nerd's acting strange. He keeps following that guy around. He said his name was James or something.
Crump looks up at you and kind of smiles and goes, it's quite unique. He's an interesting fellow.
What makes him so unique? You just
Cinder? I mean...
dwarf. No, not Cinder. The one he's following around.
Oh... James, I mean, well, he gets compatriots that can manage to outdo the capability of someone from the Clouded Age. I mean, that in its own right is impressive. I mean, he even managed to help you break a charm that I had set upon you, as he kind of looks up at you and smiles.
Told you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You try to keep the most serious face staring at him. He just kind of looks down and goes...
You don't seem particularly bothered.
Oh, young Rollerman. If I wished to, I could kill everyone in this wagon parade as it was. I have the ability to summon genies from an age long lost that know things that would destroy most of what has been built up by the dear Regan. He nods and goes, plus... As he kind of puts his mouth up to his or his finger up to his mouth and lifts it slightly, you see his canines, and you're like, kind of clearly he's a Rakshasa. It's not uncommon that his canines are sharp, but beside him you notice two larger canines that seem to be mostly pointed, not looking like they're natural. As he smiles up at you and goes, I don't have very much longer to live, I imagine, so it's not worth the time at this point to bother with you lot.
Why head to Knighton then?
I have to fulfill my job. I work with Reagan. I am doing my deeds as it was. And I have an interest in what my grandsire is doing.
Okay. Don't pull the mind shit again, please. I'm not gonna run.
I only did
Neither is
so
anyone
that you
else.
wouldn't use my spells against me when I buffed you. It's nothing personal, but you're as likely to kill me as you were to kill your compatriot. For it's not just the charm that went off, my friend, when I was looking and peeking in your head. I know everything. He gives a
Okay.
toothy smile and goes. It kind of continues.
If you
Goes,
believe so.
oh, good.
If you believe so.
He nods and goes, well, I can see where you're going. I can see what you're planning. I can see that James does not trust you. Well, James doesn't seem to consider you a confidant as he does your compatriot. Would you like to know why?
Sure. Why not?
Your friend Cinder, you know he's his uncle, right?
Yep. That's what he said.
Well, that Cinder fella's here with a bit more of a darker past than you realize. I think he has your friend James under a spell of sorts, similar to what I did to you. A little bit more quieted. Those dragon pits do things to an individual that make you a lot more subtle. So he kind of smiles at that. Well,
What would
roll
Cinder have with?
me a sense motive to see if you can tell if he's lying or telling the truth.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to give you a chance to give
Take
you
it.
some knowledge here.
26.
He does seem to be lying to you, but there are some bits of truth. It's kind of hard to tell what's not true and what isn't. I leave it to you to decide what you will believe and what you won't on this one.
Yeah. He hasn't talked about the pits openly at all. I
Mm-mm.
think I remember that.
No. In fact, he's lightly mentioned it. No, in fact, that's in the next. Nope, that's next session. So no, he has
Yeah.
not. So yep.
Interesting. What would he Cinder have to do with James? Just hoping to control him?
Your friend James has a bloodline that's worth more than gold. He's related to both a god and a demon that's what used to rule the entirety of the skies. I mean,
I
what
just laugh. What god?
Alfred Stone?
Oh, I thought that'd be the demon.
Oh, you have no idea of what's to come, young Rollman, but I will give you a piece of advice as you did well today. Kept me alive, and you respected that I wasn't trying to kill you. And I value that, if you don't mind. So, if I may tell you the little bit of what you're going to see in the coming future. Your friend Cinder is going to drive you a lot towards a direction that is going to see nothing but a cold darkness. My guess is that title of heroes that looms over your head like a guillotine that you've been trying to avoid is going to come to fruition, but not in the way you're hoping. You'll either be marked as heroes or villains as you manage your way through what is the truth of Cinder and James. And either at the end of it, you'll have a crown placed upon one of the members of his household's head, or all of your heads will end up on spikes in front of the gates of a god.
Interesting future.
Nods and goes, it was the last thing I was given by an unfortunate fellow that I had met with. I asked him for a fortune, and he told me about you lot.
Hmm.
I was
You
hoping
got
to
scammed,
learn.
my friend.
Tell me about it. I warn you, if you ever meet a fellow named Bargerus, he is a horrible future teller.
I just laugh very loud and just walk away.
As you walk away, the last thing you feel is a light spell cast on you. You now have a +4 to your con for the next 2 hours.
Wow, what a nice guy.
As he kind of stands up, brushes like onto the wagon, brushes himself off lightly, opens the door, and heads inside.
As I'm walking away, I'd like to look at Cinder out of the corner of my eye.
Okay.
Since in the past, it seems to have some sort of future thing with it.
As you do, give me a spot check, unless you're looking for something specific. Then in that case,
I'm looking
check.
specifically for the future that Crump just told me about.
Okay, give me a search check then.
That's much better.
Alright.
26.
Cinder, I have a question for you.
What's up?
What's your alignment? And you don't have to tell me out, you can PM me it.
Keep it fun.
Isn't?
Alright, let me see. Because this will define it. Okay. As you look over towards Cinder, you see what looks to be an icy throne with almost a strange icicle-like shadow kind of sitting in it. Not really a standard form, but something that seems to be very fluid-looking, wearing a almost what looks to be a red death or crown upon their head. All around them, a icy castle kind of looks to shimmer, made of this bluish like ice. As you look at them, kind of seeing the others around them bowing, you kind of get a light vision of what looks to be yourself and James in chains, kind of at the side of this figure, as they hold the chains, shouting something, though you can't hear it. Slowly, as you kind of blink, it also changes slightly then to something almost altered to James sitting upon a throne of gold, with Cinder and Rollman kind of standing on either side, dressed in beautiful silks. Rollman, I mean, you see yourself with this glorious weapon that looks like something that could kill a god with the beauty it has, like a finest crafted weapon you've ever seen. Cinder off to the side, who looks to be in his very fancy druidic outfit that looks to be mostly mixed of ice and bone, that kind of covers over his body. Though, as you look over towards him, his darkened eye seems to lock with you, and your vision is cut. Almost immediately, as you kind of blink, looking over Cinder, who's kind of pulling the sleds, just looking at, not even noticing that you're making eye contact with him as he's groaning, trying to get these things moving. As you look over, but yeah, that's kind of as your vision ends.
It seems we're at a crossroad.
That's the far future in Roman's eyes.
I meant in what could happen. It seems we're at a crossroad.
Oh, that. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I meant. I didn't mean literally.
Okay.
And suddenly, a fork in the road appears.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
No.
shit. Which way do we
Yeah,
go?
drop their fork.
God damn it, James. And just
Alright.
for that, James suddenly got smacked in the head with a rock for
Oh,
1
no.
point of damage.
Oh, no.
Once I'm far enough away, I'll just go up to. I'll just find James and start walking over to him.
Yeah.
As I'm going to use Ironheart Surge to end that spell effect on me because I do not trust Grum.
Okay. Yeah, as you kind of start heading towards the front of the caravan, kind of turning your back to Cinder, who's at the back. Walking up there, you see as James is kind of standing next to Bjorn, who's walking alongside, as the two seem to walk in silence.
I'll just walk up to him. He knows, but he's being fine about it.
I figured. I told you that when a spellcaster knows that something's ended, they know.
Rather tested than not tested.
He doesn't trust you. Corporate translation.
Yes, Cinder, you're at the back.
Anyways, Bjorn, I'm gonna have to say that I don't think Rain would have taken the ship. She would have just come to kill me.
Oh, no, I confirmed. I was checking over her paperwork before that we got ambushed. Said here, as he kind of pulls out his note, the reason she signed on was to get payment of information on the Ironheart Merchant Company. I don't think she was planning to kill you. I don't even think she knew you were coming along.
Do you not? Oh, you probably didn't hear, but during the fight, she was just screaming James' name.
Oh no, I heard someone screaming James's name. I figured it was the person who disappeared.
Yep. I feel she wanted to kill him.
Yeah, anybody else sense the strange, like, chaotic sense of magic and the death glare that was coming from the front of the caravan, or is that just me?
I avoided it as much as I could because I felt like it was aimed at me.
I didn't see anything.
Neither
I
did
did
I,
also
but I
see
felt it.
everything vanish, so that was kind of a bad time.
Yeah.
Does anyone know what actually happened?
I
Or is Rain, for one?
One of the guards mentioned that they saw Crump cast something. They said they couldn't figure out what it was. I wrote down what he said though, and he said it was a strange language. I think this is Terran, as he kind of holds over to you.
I'll look at it.
As you look it up and down, it looks to be the Earth language of Terra. Yeah.
Well, not one of the languages
Okay.
I really speak, but
Kind of looks at you and nods and goes, "If you know Primordial or know someone who does, I should be able to translate it for you." I'm not
I
sure what he cast though.
no. I've
Send it in
caught
the
him
background.
speaking. I think
It's
my uncle would be able
coincidence.
to translate it, but
You think? Do you know what language he speaks?
no. But druids usually commune with nature, so there's a chance.
You've seen me
That's
speak
true.
Auckland.
We've seen him speak to. We've heard him speak water.
Bjorn kind of wisely nods into looking as he looks forward and goes, "It's not kind to assume that all druids can speak the primordial languages, but I must admit, most of my experience, Granny Apple tells me that she definitely did."
So, and it can't hurt to ask.
He nods.
You want to go back and show it to Cinder then?
I can do that if that's all right with you, Bjorn.
Hey, I can't do anything with it. If you can figure out what the hell he cast, I'd be helpful to report.
I'll nod, take the paper, and fall back to sender.
All right. As you start heading back, Rollman, do you follow after James, or are you staying at the front?
I'm staying at the front.
Okay. Let me check something real quick. Can I pull up, or is the SRD going to say no today?
That's a
Give
good
me
question.
a minute. We're pulling up the spell notification here. Ba, 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 da, da, da. Alright. As you head back, James, Roland, do you say anything to Bjorn, or are you just gonna kind of hang out?
But right now, I'm going to hang out.
Okay. As you kind of just hang out with Bjorn at the front, as the two of you continue to lead the caravan on forward with the wagon beside you, enjoying the light silence and the quiet snoring of some of the civilians. As James kind of falls back to the back of the group, as the caravan continues walking on, Cinder, as you kind of see James slowly kind of making his way back towards you, as he kind of stops and just lets the wagon pass by, as he kind of finally comes to a stop toward next to you and starts walking to keep up, as you're pulling the wagon or your sleds.
I'll help pull the sleds as I
Oh,
pass the
Cinder looks
paperwork
up
over.
at you and just kind of smiles, puts a thing to like a finger to his mouth as he looks up at you, and kind of looks like he pulls up some ice or some snow from the ground as he kind of smiles. And we're gonna take a quick pause as Cinder had to take a second, and we'll be right back. There we go, unpaused. Yeah, go ahead, James. As you kind of step back next to Cinder.
I'll start helping pull the sleds as I pass him the paper. It's written in Terran from what I recognize. Apparently this was cast by, well, you know who, up ahead, as I nod towards the wagons.
Well, I mean, my Earth's a little rusty, but I can drive.
Give me a decipher script.
Yep. Figured. That is okay.
How smart are you?
This is gonna turn into, it gets translated from Terran to Infernal, from Infernal to something else, and it's just gonna be a pain in the ass.
Oh, that'd be really funny if that happened. 20,
What was it?
22.
Gotcha. One moment. Actually, this would be more accurate. So it reads as three separate spells that look to have been cast simultaneously, from what you can tell, as there are three separate symbols in this wording. I'm going to send you exactly what they are real quick to save you a little bit of time. But as you read, the first one reads Dimension Hop.
Ooh.
As you read that, the second you recognize as True Binding Greater. And there you go for reference. And the third is, as you recognize, or you don't recognize this spell. However, as you read it out loud, you read the word "enslave" out in a strange language.
Holy.
However, it is not a ritual spell. It seems to be an immediate effect.
James said it was a spell. As I just look at James,
Uh huh.
you said this is one spell.
That's what the guards reported to Bjorn, that it was one. I'm guessing from your reaction, it's more.
This is 3 spells.
Oh god.
Let's see. This one's pretty low level. I think you can cast this one. This is called Dimension Hop.
I
a
don't
little-
think I can quite yet, as I ponder.
I will say it is a 2nd level wizard spell.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I'll do that. Lets you teleport like 5 feet, depending on how strong you are. It's not great. Let's see. This one's on the level. This 2nd spell's on the level of an archmage. World leaders and such.
That's not good.
Forcibly bind elementals and such to your will.
Okay, and I'm guessing the 3rd's even worse if you're saving it for last.
Yeah. You listen to the world news, right?
Yes.
You know those 2 world leaders, is the cat chick, don't mind me for not saying names have power. The cat chick, the big rush dragon.
Yes.
You know there was news of them making a spell that broke the mold of the spell tiers?
The epic magic, yes.
Yeah, and I just point the last symbol. Yeah.
Oh. I feel like we're about to deliver a lot of bad news then.
I can tell you the name of the spell, but it won't change anything.
I will
I
say,
don't-
Cinder, to your note, with that, give me a spellcraft check real quick.
I'm good at spellcraft.
He's good at those.
I think this is my highest skill, actually, despite being a druid.
Nice. It's always good to
Other
have.
than you.
26.
26.
Rolled an 11.
As you look at the symbols, this is someone cast these spells all 3 at the exact same time. If this was Crump, that means he has some sort of feat that lets him cast 3 spells immediately, as well as speed up the ritual spell that normally would be an epic spell.
Yeah, that's kind of the scariest part, DM.
Yeah, no, I figured as much. So as you kind of take a note, looking at these symbols, kind of catching on to that, seeing the wagon that Crump's sleeping in, there is almost a strange lacking of magical aura coming from that area. As you kind of note,
James, I'm going to be real with you. He cast these. I sense no magic from him.
That's even
You-
more
you see
horrifying then.
You see the problem here?
Either that was a spell scroll and he managed to cast them all from that, or he's able to hide his magic very well.
Everyone would have seen him use a spell scroll. You had to pull it out, either rip it in half or recite it. Would have been obvious.
So he's really good at hiding his magic.
He cast it somehow. Well, or he's more akin to a warlock.
Oh, it's going to be exhausting to travel like this. Hopefully, I doubt he has anything to do with stealing from Regan, given that, from what I've heard, he
No.
works for him.
If he can cast these, if he wanted us dead, we'd be dead.
Yeah, there'd be no reason for him to steal the ship
Well,
to inconvenience us.
you can't resist an epic spell if you don't cast epic spells yourself. There'd be nothing we could do.
Well, then, I guess we're out of suspects for that now, and we're going to be delivering a lot of bad news, I feel.
I'll deal with the bad news.
I feel like you do that a lot. Thank you.
They expect you to be some perfect hero, whatever. I'll do it. They don't expect the cranky old man to be nice all the time.
Thank you, Uncle.
Noting that Cinder is not even middle-aged.
nope. But he looks very weathered. Is the fact because he's been tortured and
he's
dealt
got
with
them
so
wrinkles.
Long. Yeah, you look aged and withered.
By the way, about the dwarves that had blue ice weapons.
Oh, yeah. They used spell scrolls and vanished. I found the
That's
ash
concerning.
scrolls that were left over.
Well, I can tell you what they had. They had blue ice battle axes, and from what I saw on the ground nearby, it was
Did we lose James?
I think so. However, I was going to
He's
ask
been,
something
he's been
anyway.
assassinated.
What can I roll for knowing about Arctic dwarves?
No, either a knowledge nature or survival or history.
Well, not going to be history. I'll tell you that right now. My nature and survival are exactly the same.
Yep, no worries.
Oh, actually, no. My nature's lower because my buff ended.
Oh, fair.
So nature over survival. Let's do it.
back.
Oh, welcome
Sorry.
back. No worries. Cinder's just doing something real quick. You got cut off as soon as you started speaking.
Internet
So.
decided to kill me.
Nat 2035.
Okay, gotcha.
They seemed like they were made of ice and blue ice. They were wielding, from what I saw on them, blue ice battle axes, and they were dressed in the Iron Warden's armor.
Well, those 3 Iron Wardens are probably dead then.
So, as you think for a second about it, Cinder, Arctic dwarves are basically a subset of snowbeards. Most are considered lesser because they don't have natural arcane powers or magical abilities, and seem to be one of the few races that actually have a lacking to learn magic. However, in exchange, they are gifted very martially, typically. And are able to work with magic items without worry of getting the effects on them because they can't activate them typically naturally. Which is to say that most often the few that are noted as able to cast use spell storing items, which are noted to be hundreds of thousands of gold pieces. So it's very rare to find something like that. But that'd be roughly what you know with you said survival, correct?
That was nature.
Oh, that's nature. As beyond that, then, they are noted for being actually cold immune, as they aren't bothered by it. And typically, beyond that, they tend to prefer either the very peaks of mountains, where they're the coldest, or heading to extremely cold climates as a preferential after losing their home territory that was the Snowbeard lands.
So not only should they not be wandering in these low peaks that aren't as cold, they also shouldn't have been able to use those scrolls.
Correct. Not unless they had spell storing items that basically let them store magic.
I'll kind of look at James. Just odds are those weren't Arctic beards. They can't use magic items, but they use scrolls. We may have just gotten duped.
That might be a problem. They did attack Rollman too. So.
Which, if they're a shape changer, those 3 could have been anyone.
That could be a very, very big problem.
They also could have not even been people. The scroll could have been what made them. They could have been some kind of summon.
With everything we've seen, I wouldn't doubt it right now. But we should probably just make sure we keep an eye out.
Well, they're only good at martial since they can't be casters. So if they're going to ambush us, they got to do it up front and personal. We have a better shot.
Yeah, and I think Rollman will dismantle them very quickly once again.
Say Rollman, I think, knocked them out in a single turn, not even using his full turn.
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of backhanded them and they died.
Didn't stay dead, though.
Well, I purposely made them unconscious and not dead.
I kind of wish you just killed them. I would have had some blue eye scimitars. It would have been nice.
Well, I thought we could question them.
Well, now you know they're basically feral. It's not worth it.
As you two kind of talk back and forth, give me spot checks, Cinder and James.
Can it be listen?
Sure. I'll take a listen check.
Thank God.
It was the same for me, so I'll just take the spot with
Bro,
a 21.
It's like a 10 difference for me.
21. Okay. 30. As you kind of watch and look on and listen in, it's just awkwardly quiet. You hear birds chirping along the roads, the sounds of beasts kind of going about their business, but as you're continuing through, it just seems, other than the sounds of snow being moved around by the footsteps, awkwardly silent amongst the crew.
Do any of the sounds sound repetitious? Do any of the
Beyond the sounds of the carts, of course, the feet moving, but nothing else kind of catches your attention. Nothing kind of repeats itself as you listen in, trying to focus. However, James, as you kind of look about, some of the guards, noting all frost giants are typically like blue-eyed. It's just because they're blue, like naturally blue skin. It's a racial thing. Looking about, almost all of them have what you notice are red eyes. And not the Jakix colored red eyes, to be very specific. Just looks to be more like a dulled, like a blood, almost crimson, that seems to have covered over many of their eyes as the guards continue to walk. And Cinder, as you kind of notice, the guards seem to be walking almost perfectly, which... Yeah, you learn in the dragon pits, there's not much to do besides watch people when you're stuck in a cage all day, all night. And, it's the little things that kind of catch your attention as you listen in, and it seems almost too perfect. The steps are exact. Nothing changes.
Is it all of them? Like, is Bjorn affected?
The only ones, as you notice up at front, are Rolaman, Bjorn don't seem to be at all bothered between James and Cinder as you look about, and neither does Gentry as you look at the cart in front of you, as she seems to just kind of lay about on the back of it.
James, you're going to act like everything's fine. Yeah? You're going to walk back to the front. You got the translation. You're going to warn the others. Because I'm pretty sure you see what I see, right?
Yeah. I'm just gonna head back up there and let Bjorn know the translation.
Walk up like nothing's happening. Nothing's wrong.
As I start walking that way.
Give me a charisma check, because I assume you don't have a perform actor.
Actually, I would like to argue for profession mercantile due to I have to keep a straight face.
Merchant face.
Alright, sure, I'll take it. Yeah, that's fair. This is like the guy who wanted to eat you all over again. Yeah. Let's see what you got.
Fucking 12.
As you kind of try to keep your cool going through, walking past the wagons one by one, Cinder kind of watching you as he does. You suddenly kind of lightly bump into something, James, as you kind of look about, not trying to break character, kind of like, but again, you bumped into something. And as you look about, there's nothing there. As you look at the ground, there's no footprints. Something's kind of standing off to your side as you kind of continue to lightly walk past as if nothing happened. As you
Quick question before that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he have seen it with his Tremor Sense?
No, because Tremor Sense specifically states that it has to be the ground making sense. So, as I stated, there's no signs of any feet or footprints on the ground next to him.
Okay.
But a good point. A good call out for that. But James, as you continue on up towards Bjorn and Rolaman, Cinder, something just seems off as you watch James kind of continue on.
Well, do I see him walk into something?
Yeah, clearly.
That's not there.
Yes. As he kind of likely bumps into it and kind of stops for a second to look around and then continues on.
Let's see if I have something for this.
All right.
I don't think I do.
Give him a sec.
I would. Before I head up, I'm going to ask: would it bother you if I grabbed one of the Cure Light Wounds potions off the thing? Because I do know Bjorn's injured, and it'd be good to heal him up a bit.
Man's at 2 HP.
I mean, not gonna stop you.
Yeah, I'll grab 2 of them to give to him. That way he can heal up.
Okay. You can go ahead and roll those.
I indeed do not have anything. See Invisibility is not a druid spell at my level.
Alright, as James continues on heading up, as you walk up, James, up to Rollman and Bjorn, kind of stepping in between them, handing Bjorn the potions as he drinks some. Go ahead and roll the healing potions.
I will as soon as it loads. I'm trying to
I feel that. It's like a D8, I think.
Cure Light Wounds.
Oh, if you're on SRD, it's not going to pull up because the website's down.
Yeah, go into the spell.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate factor right now, is that there is a bit of work. However, D&D Wiki has it up, so...
1d8 plus 1 per level, so I don't know the level bonus since I'm giving him 2 this
There's
time.
no caster level, so it's just a D8 flat.
Getting 10 back for him.
As he kind of happily takes them from you, downing them as he does, and smiles and goes, "So, you here to talk about the fact that all of my men have been probably charmed and we're about to die?"
Just a slight nod, along with, yeah, and here, this isn't one spell. This is 3. One of them of the highest order.
Looking down looks over at Rollman, kind of raising an eyebrow, and then looks back at James and goes, not a caster. What do you mean by highest order?"
You know of the magic that was founded by 2 world leaders that is considered of epic proportions?
Not at all. What's an epic proportion?
Higher than the normal casting.
What's normal
There was
casting?
one that was...
Shut the fuck up, both of you. Not important.
Anyways, yes, this was 3 that were cast simultaneously.
Bjorn just kind of looks, eyes roll him in for a second, then looks back at James and nods and goes, "Interesting. If he can cast like that, then... Well, that probably in trouble already. Let me ask you both. You know anything about vampires?"
Oh my god, I'm prepared for this.
Do I know anything about vampires?
You can roll me either knowledge nature, a survival, or a knowledge history check.
Let me see. I guess I'll be rolling survival.
Nature will give you the disease, survival will get you a bit more of the knowledge on it.
I'll do knowledge nature.
Okay.
23 for
Okay.
survival.
18 for nature.
Okay, between the two of you, so vampirism has been something that's plagued the world for as long as history has known it. However, it's been mostly considered a disease as a death sentence. Most individuals who get it will usually have a fire weakness, which is led to an unfortunate belief that it gives a fire weakness, which it doesn't. However, most people do believe that. But between the two of you, this would be kind of a bit of common knowledge. Secondly, vampires typically like to hide, not allowing their presence to be known because they're most often hunted. And as a disease, it ranks into 3 categories. You've got your vampire spawn, which is typically like someone who's been made as a born living vampire. Vampires, which are can either be turned into or have raised to the rank. And master vampires, those who have vampires under them. Typically, the first 2 aren't too bad to deal with at your kind of level of power and abilities as you kind of think about it. The disease is also pretty weak at those creatures' level in comparison. Master vampires, though, the problem with them is most of them are known as capable casters, as well as typically, most often, high-ranking individuals, because you don't make it to that level commonly without a decent amount of power, as vampires are very prideful. Vampirism as a disease is known to naturally give a pride and a sense of accomplishment and arrogance to a person, as it's believed. Thus, master vampires being able to dominate or force others onto them or turn others and convince them to stick under them is an impressive feat. Typically, these are pact casters, so meaning they specialize in pact magic. And most often, most of the master vampires that have been found in the world have been equivalent to a world leader and have been labeled as apex monsters to be killed. The last one, notably, 20 years ago before you started your adventure, would have been a dragon that had turned into a vampire, a supposed black dragon, that managed to almost defeat 2 dragon lords at the same time before finally being wiped out. So, the disease is known as a massive power-up and a massive but has some major dangers to it.
How long do they live?
Master vampires are known to have the immortality effect, so long as they maintain the rank, and none of their vampires that serve under them die. Vampires can, and theoretically, are immortal. However, their body does degrade without blood, and does not regenerate natural degradation. So basically, if they keep drinking blood, they can live forever. But if they go a year without and their body degrades, they won't get those HP points back, or those con points or ability scores back, even if they drink blood after that.
I see. I
Do
see.
we know of any other weaknesses such as light and running water that are
Um,
classical?
As you think about it, there's not a lot documented on it, other than the fact that the creatures are noted to hate silver. Similarly to lycanthropes, it's believed that the disease is a split off of lycanthropy or another version of it that specialized with bats. At least, again, medical belief, not necessarily factual. Um, and beyond that, there is some that believe that master vampires are noted for losing their physical stats a lot of times and becoming weaker in exchange for higher mental stats. While they won't physically appear as it, their actual capabilities do typically lessen because their bodies do get classified as undead. So, like, constitution can lessen, your dexterity will lessen, and your strength will then lessen as time goes on. So, beyond that, that's about really the only two notable things that you'd note as far as weaknesses.
All right. In response to his question, I'll say I know some. What of it?
He looks back at you both and goes, "The only thing I know is that when a vampire takes hold or manages to turn anybody into a vampire spawn, their eyes show a blood red in them." As he looks around at some of the guards and looks back as he smiles at you both and goes, "So I think we may be in a bad situation where someone's taken advantage of our weakened state. Unfortunately, I don't think we can do anything about it."
I see. Do you know any weaknesses yourself about vampires?
They're arrogant bastards, and according to the Regan, the few things he's told us about them is that they're few and far between, so if you kick them down, they're not going to stir up a nest or anything these days. So if we can find it and kill it, that should put an end to it. I don't know, though, if once they've been turned, if it's a permanent effect or if it's only like a time-based thing, as he looks about.
Oh,
We can maybe check with Cinder. Cinder knows a lot about magic, right? He might be able to see if there's a spell effect. And you yourself.
I can make an attempt to see if it's a spell effect, but
He nods and goes, "Here," and kind of hands you what looks to be a little gemstone earring. He goes, "Keep it on you or put it into your ear if you can. I've got one," and he kind of like jingles his ear, and you see this little emerald with what looks to be the spell sign for sending on it. As he kind of hands it to you, each one, and hands you a third, and goes, "Give this to the one at the back. It should give you a chance to communicate. I will warn, it's an open comm. Anybody can intercept these things, but I've heard that these can come in handy if they don't know you have them. And I managed to sneak a few of them off the Regan before I got deployed out here."
Hmm.
As he kind of
James
puts
will
a
nod.
finger up to his lips at that. Yeah.
James will nod and actually reach into his bag and pull something out and pass one little thing to Rollerman.
Ooh.
Would you pass it to me?
I'm passing you a couple of daylight pellets that I've been keeping on me.
Oh, I forgot we bought these so long ago.
Oh my god, this is gonna be good. Alright.
Oh, there's
I
shadow
passed you
monsters.
3 daylight pellets.
Okay. All right. What do I do?
Yes, you're just kind of handed
Um,
these three little white balls and looking at them.
Break them and the sun will shine for a short while.
Okay.
Out of game, they basically
I have-
cast daylight.
Yeah,
I say
A
I'm
very
mostly
special
asking
version
in
of it.
character because
Yeah,
I've
no
been handed
worries.
3 pills and I know what they do.
No worries.
Alright.
As you're kind of handed these, the Bjorn looks at you and goes, "You're gonna do something. Just scare him off. Scare it off. I'd rather not try to have to fight the vampire, but if we can get the bastard to leave, my guess, if this is a spell effect, it won't be able to hold if depending on the distance he gets, and there's no reason for him to come back. Question is which one of us it is."
Mm-hmm.
Kind of looks at you, roll him in, kind of gives you an eye up again.
Yep. I'm just debating if I want to tell him or not.
Crazy old uncle's about to play a game called Find the Vampire.
As the partners,
I want
Roll
to
it.
know
only one that knows, God damn it.
as Rollman
I
kind of
want to
contemplates for a moment, James kind of looking back at Cinder as Cinder begins to
As
prep. Yep.
I'm heading back towards him.
I'm gonna take a quick second, a 5-minute break, because I gotta run to the restroom. But we'll be right back. A lot of breaks today, but it is a Friday. Welcome back. All right. As Roland contemplates, all right,
I
Roland,
made my decision.
you've made your decision.
Yep.
What's your
I'm
decision?
gonna look around, see if I can find. It might be invisible or something. I'm just gonna go head off and start looking
Okay.
around for a vampire that I know is probably not there.
All right, give me a search
And
check
then
as you start walking around.
Yep. And then some way through the search, I will try and talk to Krim.
Okay.
19.
All right. As you kind of start looking around, looking for Crump, as you do, kind of suddenly, you kind of look over towards Cinder and James, who are standing there talking. That we'll get to in a sec, and see Crump sitting on the back of the very far sled, just sitting there, yawning, chewing on what looks to be a large blue fish.
Wait, sled? Wait.
Mm-hmm. You heard me. But we'll
What
pop
the-
back to you in a moment, Rollman. Cinder and James. As James, you start to kind of head over towards Cinder after Rollman heads off to look about. Kind of coming back to Cinder, who seems to be kind of kindly pulling the sled still, looking at you as you walk over towards him.
I just hand him the earring payment for translation.
I just look at it and I look at him and I just go. I don't say anything. I just furrow my brows, clearly confused, but I just like nod along as I put the earring in.
All right.
And I will just keep quiet because generally it feels like talking out loud right now is dangerous about this.
Okay. As you just kind of stand next to Cinder with a look on your face. Okay.
I have an earring now. I don't know.
Yeah, really not being told anything about it, Cinder, as you just kind of hold the earring in your hand, looking at it, looking over the emerald gem.
I guess, can I roll nature for the red eye thing? I guess, if I have to figure this out myself.
Yeah.
I mean, that was already...
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I'm a druid. I'm hopefully gonna do well on this. I actually did do well on this. 32.
Yeah. As you begin to kind of look about, it's kind of, you do catch the eyes of these individuals. Their eyes do seem to be blood red. Are you trying to figure out what this is exactly?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on? Is it a spell effect? Are they suddenly a different species? Because I remember, it may not have been Cinder. The yellow thing, that's a known creature in the world, so I might know about it. The fucking weird doppelganger things in the Toth forests.
Yep, the invisible stalkers that were popping up.
Their fucking eyes yellow.
As you look about the red eyes, you do recognize this amongst the diseases that were being studied when you were in the pits. One of the things that were experimented to see if they could make another is the disease of vampirism. However, as you kind of take a look at this, having been exposed to it a good bit, you recognize this isn't just any vampire you're dealing with. You are dealing with a very old and very powerful master vampire. As you count, there's 20 guards that are fully what looks to be walking almost robotically, as James kind of, his eyes dart between each of them. Rollman, as you see, kind of walking, looking about with his kind of, not hands on his weapons, but he does look a little tense.
Are the guards vampire spawn, or are they basically charm victims?
From what you can tell, it looks to be they're converting slowly to vampire spawn.
I'm just gonna... I don't think... Vampires don't have better hearing than normal, right? They don't have, like, boost to listen checks, as far as I know.
Not that you know, no.
And we're pretty far back.
Mm-hmm.
All, like, walking James like nothing's happening. There's a little bag on my right hip. Grab it. Grab it.
I grab the little bag.
There are 4 stakes in there. 4 stakes.
Slowly look up it.
I can drive them off. Maybe I should ask if I know this first. Vampires and holy symbols.
Mm-hmm.
I know in base D&D they get driven away by holy symbols. They don't like holy things or anything that ties to a patron. Mm-hmm. Do I understand that fact?
It is believed that these creatures are afraid of the gods or cursed by the gods. So they do typically run from holy symbols, and are treated similar to basically like undead by most churches.
Okay. We're gonna make our way up to the others, and we're gonna see if we can't buy a little time. Because I want you to know, James, They're all slowly turning the longer we wait.
Understood. As I will look at him
Oh
and
yeah,
nod.
like poke my heart. Go for the heart with the stakes.
And a little nod.
And I'll start making my way with these things up to the front with these fucking sleds.
And I'll be following right beside him.
Doing my best grumpy old man impression.
As the two of you start walking about, Rollman, as we jump back over towards you, as you look about, you don't see any signs of Crump or any sort of signs of a vampire walking about amongst the group that looks to be different from the other giants.
Didn't you just say Crump was at the back?
Oh, yes. But you do... Sorry, my apologies. You do see Crump on the back sled eating his blue fish. Yes, my apologies on that. As he looks to kind of look at you, kind of smiling as Cinder and James start heading forward into the caravan a little bit, beginning to walk around.
I'm gonna head back and see if I can talk to this guy.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, here, one sec. I've been PM something real quick.
It was described earlier, and I have to check.
You cannot currently see him inside the wagon, but you do still sense the very minimal magical, or rather lack of magical aura coming from that wagon.
There's two Crumps. There's two fucking Crumps.
As Roman kind of just passes by you, Cinder, and starts kind of going back to the back of the sleds, as you look back, you can see Crump just sitting there, eating this what looks to be a blue fish that's about medium in size, quite, big, almost bigger than him. As he takes a chomp out of it and just kind of sits there and smiles at you and waves. But Roman, as you come walking down to the end, Crump just kind of stops, puts his fish down, and looks up at you and kind of waits for you to speak.
You doing this?
It's up to you as you kind of chews through the fish. You go, doing what?
You know, the whole red eyes and shit.
Why you assume it's me?
I don't know. You seem to be pretty good at charming people, huh?
That's true. But that's just my personality.
Sure. You totally didn't cast a spell on me or anything that we just talked about earlier or something.
He smiles and goes, it was my gaze. I thought you totally looked upon me and thought I was just an amazing individual.
Yep. I totally did that.
But
You know what's going on with these guys?
No, I'm not the one doing it, if you're wondering.
Sense motive.
Go ahead. I can tell. Or go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
21.
He's all clearly telling the truth and lying at the same time. What you can gather is that the statement is true, but it is also a lie from the individual.
Ah, you're controlling the person controlling them. Alright, you got other individuals out there, I see. Can you tell them to stop controlling them?
Crump just kind of tilts his head and goes, "You're kind of slow, aren't you?" Suddenly the look of the Crump turns to a frosty, icy chunk and begins to lose its faded color and lose its imagery. As you look on, you realize you are talking to 3 stacks of ice cubes on top of each other.
Yo, sick. Cool.
Simulacrum.
As Crump is nowhere to be seen.
Why is he doing this? He said he wanted to get us there. What the fuck? Alright. I'm running up. I'm going over to his fucking carriage. I'm getting in there.
Alright, Cinder kind of heading the same direction, and James kind of also heading
As
up
I
towards the side
pass
edge.
the little bag back to Cinder as he walks away.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping one with me just in case, and I'm using it as a bit of a handle.
Okay. As the 3 of you kind of walk over towards the wagon, Roman kind of leading the way. Roman, as you step up to the huge wagon, rather gargantuan wagon, a 20-foot door on the 30-foot wagon height. As you kind of look up at the doorknob, not even able to reach the doorknob, really, I believe, because you're only, 6 feet?
How is Crump getting in and out then?
That is a good question.
We've never seen him walk in there.
Yep.
Okay. Yes, I'm gonna reach up and try and get the doorknob.
Alright, give me a jump check.
Can I take 10?
Yeah, sure. What's your mod?
Give me a second. It would be jump. That is a +5, so 15.
Yeah, as you kind of jump up, grabbing hold of the knob, pulling down with all your weight on your back. As you do, the door seems to swing open widely. And as you look inside, there looks to be a massive bed, like kind of straw bed off to the left side of the wagon, laid out with some heavy wool blankets. To the right, a small chest and what looks to be a table kind of pushed over, a chair kind of shoved in, all massive in size. What looks to be a heavy bowl of something on the table, kind of sitting there, rocking back and forth, and this is the sound of something inside of it kind of clinks. As you look about, you do not see a Crump in the room.
I will check the bowl cautiously.
All right, give me a quick search check as well to see, or rather, I'll take a spot check. Either one will work.
Okay, now we're doing search.
Yeah.
23.
Oh. As you kind of climb up onto the table, looking about as Cinder and James kind of follow after you.
I'm staying outside. I'm pulling the sleds.
Okay. Alright. 1 sec. There we go. As Rollman as you head in, kind of climbing up onto the table to look in the bowl, you see what looks to be a simple wooden spoon kind of rocking back and forth slightly from the wagon moving about. As you look around the entire rest of the room, it looks like no one's been sleeping in this wagon at all.
Why is he doing this, man?
As you kind of look on, you can give me a sense motive if that's what's going through Rollman's head.
Yeah, I don't know why he's doing this.
Yeah,
His job is literally to bring this there. He's just causing more issues than solutions. 25.
Given what he said, it seems almost that his plan is to get you there under the terms that he agreed to and at his own benefit. As you kind of take a second, I mean, a bunch of Frost Giant guards that are experienced and have experience fighting, very valuable assets to anybody going around. As you kind of take a second, it could also be, as you kind of think, given between the knowledge between you, James, and Cinder that you've managed to kind of acquire, roughly, most vampire spawns are going to give a raise in stats. It could be that, in this case, Crump is trying to give a boost to stats of the guards to make sure they last and survive, and would think that you guys would assume he's evil and is hiding for it. I mean, he clearly wasn't a fighter when you had to deal with him last time, and he did not fight you at all when it came to the confrontation of the spell.
Okay. He wants to get there on his terms, so he wants to get some sort of fighters out of this, or somewhere. Do you guys know if there's any way we can break them out of this transformation? Or control, or whatever this is.
And kind of walks over to Cinder and James.
Also, Crump's definitely the vampire.
Huh? Sorry?
I'm just telling them straight up. Crump's definitely the vampire. If you guys didn't know, he showed me cannons and shit.
Alright, as Roman kind of points this out.
I'd like to do what I did to be able to know who Jakix was on look as I sweep everyone around for their magic auras. I want to see if any of them have ever severely changed. I don't trust that it's that obvious.
Either give me a spellcraft or a knowledge arcana.
I can absolutely give you a spellcraft. No, plus 15. 33.
Apologies, it caught me mid-cracker.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a euphemism.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it was, but alright.
Alright. As you kind of take a second, thinking about, looking about each of these individuals, their magic seems to have increased. Each of them, their aura almost looks as if they've been given caster levels, where they didn't have them before. Realizing almost all of them have been powered up to almost a first level wizard. kind of looking about, you do notice their bodies have become slightly frailer and thinner, but otherwise, due to the large storm or frost giant physiques, they look to be completely fine. Drone, like you see as someone kicks a rock by accident, and all of the heads snap to it almost immediately when you barely were able to make out. It seems that they are the guards are now almost hypersensitive to everything around them.
But like Bjorn hasn't changed.
But Bjorn hasn't changed, neither has James, nor has Rolliman.
Well, there's also one other person.
Yeah,
What
Jin
about
Tree.
Gentry? Yeah.
As you look over towards Jin Tree, she has been napping on the back of the wagon the entire time, hasn't moved, and her magic seems to fluctuate continuously.
Strange.
Those scrolls. The moonbeam. Those gonna work?
I mean, that's more for lycanthropes.
Well, vampirism can be seen as an offshoot of lycanthropy.
Here, I'm gonna read Moonbeam. Hold on. Adversely affecting creature sense of light, but lycanthropes move form.
Cinder pulls out his little notebook real quick of like spells and such.
What do you want me to roll to see if it would also basically catch out vampires with the effect?
Nature,
As well as, like,
Or
nature
cure someone in the
survival.
middle of being transformed.
Yeah, nature survival in that case.
I'll give my assistance in whatever way I can.
26 nature.
Okay. With that in mind, with James trying to help out, as you kind of take a second, you realize the one issue with the vampirism over lycanthropy is lycanthropy seems to be a night disease in the sense that it's weaker by night, whereas vampirism seems to be weaker by day, meaning light spells, daylight spells will be more what you're looking like. Moonbeam and moonlight won't do much beyond that. However, as you kind of think about it, for vampire spawn, technically either should work. For master vampires, as you kind of take a second, you're pretty sure it wouldn't matter if you shot Moonbeam at him. It's going to come down to damage, and that's not going to cause much of an effect otherwise.
I'll look at the pellets and I'll look at the Moonbeam and look at James. Say your call.
We could do both.
I recommend using a spell on one of the guards, see what happens. And
Well,
be prepared
you're
to...
both gonna hit all of them.
Wait, one
So-
moonbeam's gonna hit every single person?
Gonna hit a large chunk, at least. The daylight spell's gonna hit probably everything.
How about both? You both can use it, right? Both at the same time?
That is what we just said. Yes.
Okay. I thought you meant
So,
both as in, like,
same
try
time?
both.
Same time.
I'll be ready to...
Daylight pellets in position that'll hit everyone.
I will... I'm going to... Before we do it, we should inform Bjorn.
Go inform Bjorn, and then we'll wait for your signals for as I tap the earring.
Okay.
Like I'm scratching my ear.
I'm going up front. Gotta
Alright.
talk to Bjorn.
Roman, as you head up front towards kind of jogging up after Bjorn, you see him kind of just standing there as he looks over at you and goes, "Ah, so you're a vampire now, I see."
Totally, I'm a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
We believe it's...
Crump?
I just nod my head.
Mm.
We have a plan that might do something.
You don't think it's that
I'm gonna
rain
give-
chick, right? Just by chance, she's not doing something to fuck with James.
I don't think so.
He nods. Goes, given what you mentioned, I was concerned there for a minute. But if you have a plan, by all means.
Just be ready for if things go south.
If things go south, I think we're all gonna die.
Can always prepare to die, though. And I'll just go over the comms and say, "Hey, James, where are we heading after this? After we finish this mission."
Towards the daybreak, as I look to Cinder and nod, and try to activate them at the same time.
Alright.
Yep.
I'm
What's the
ready to.
save as far as it goes, or are they both attacks?
Moonbeam is a will save.
Okay.
What is
Daylight is neither. It
It's just
creates a 60-foot radius of bright daylight and 60 feet beyond that of dim daylight.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind then. So with that, then
I am prepared to disable any people that come after me.
as the spell goes off and as Roland begins to ready himself, kind of watching at the back, James throwing the daylight pellets and Cinder beginning to cast the moonbeam from one of the spell scrolls. As it goes off, the kind of illumination going through. All three of you give me fortitude saves to see if you can keep your eyes open during this bright light show.
Spell effects.
True.
34 with the bonus for spell effects.
23. Ew.
Plus 2, so I gotta make that a 13. Okay. 33.
Nice. Well, as all three of you manage to keep your eyes open, kind of focusing on the targets as you do as the spells go off, you watch as the guards begin to kind of look back. And between the two spells going off at the same time, you watch as the redness seems to slightly fade away, slowly coloring to the blue coloration once more, as many of the guards suddenly kind of come to a stop and begin shaking their heads and kind of holding it almost as if they've got like headaches. As you hear light groans continuing on from many of them. Bjorn kind of looking about as he smiles and goes, "Oh, thank the gods, I thought that was going to go horribly."
Does anything else happen during the two spells? Like, is the invisible thing that James bumped into and never mentioned?
No, there does not.
noticeable?
It does not reappear. There doesn't seem to be anything else that kind of pops out. Even the the only thing that seems to kind of catch your attention last moment is the ice from the little stat or the simulacrum you were talking to earlier seems to fall over off the sled. Beyond that, as you look about, nothing else kind of catches your attention between the three of you. As Bjorn kind of looks out and waits to see if you guys are going to do it again, as many of the guards kind of shake their heads, kind of standing up, and one of them going over to suddenly kind of throw up as they do.
Do we see anybody left with red eyes?
Looking about with the checks from earlier, no, not at all. Not one. Not one seems to have managed to keep their reddish eyes.
I'll just tap the earring and go, looks like they're clear for now. Keep an eye, though.
We should get out of here. We should keep moving.
And move as fast as possible.
You see, suddenly as Bjorn kind of turns back, hearing that in the message, and nods and kind of turns over and up to his wagon driver, who lightly seems to be holding their head in their lap. Kind of looks up and Bjorn goes, "All right, let's keep it going. Throw up on the side if you need to, but we're marching through the night." As the wagons begin to move, give me spot or search checks or listen checks. I'll take one from each of you, not all three. So.
I shall do the search.
I am the great listener.
I guess I have spot.
All right.
19 for my spot.
19 for
All right,
the
you have to get a 19, Chaston. Chaston, get a 19.
No. Do better
Come
than
on,
this.
Cinder.
Get double.
Oh no.
I don't think you could do that. I'd rather him get a 19. Oh.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I am the listener.
Nearly.
Okay.
You listening?
Nearly. He did roll a 19.
And then lastly, since they're going through the night, give me a D20, whoever, one of you. I don't care who.
I rolled the last important roll like that. I passed this to Rollman. Your turn.
Okay.
Normally it's because you're the party leader. That's why they make you roll. But it's fair.
What is this D20 for? Is this like for exhaustion and stuff?
No, this is something else. Don't worry about it. There's
Okay.
no modifiers.
Who?
To go. As you lot continue on your route, Surprisingly, as the next week goes by, our next 2 to 3 weeks go by, it's almost peaceful as you continue on your way. The signs of Crump vanishing seems to be stick to the case as you look about through the wagons the next coming days, tracking for him and making sure he is not amongst you. The guards though seem to go back to normal, continuing about their day as you lot continue on. The wagon ride kind of continues through as you lot manage to only find what looks to be a simple, almost half buried corpse leaning up against a tree as you come about 2 days from Knighton. As you kind of come to a stop, the wagon seeing Knighton from the clearing that you found, and being able to kind of report that many of the guards seem to kind of relax, getting themselves ready to make the last stint as they continue their 12-hour trade-off shifts amongst the caravan.
When they relax, I tell them not to, as we still have time to go.
Them kind of
relax when they get in the city.
A few of them kind of ignore you. Others seem to kind of keep up the intensity, looking about. But as you lot kind of come to a stop, noticing the corpse kind of catches each of your attention. You noticing it looks to be a succubi-like corpse of an individual. The armor looking very strange and kind of broken and cracked. This strange like metal. A strange sigil of a bunch of hands, kind of in a almost triangle, seems to kind of lay there. What clearly looks like the marking of what looked to be a crown once upon their head, but no longer there, and a scabbard for a blade that looks to have been taken. As you kind of come to a rest, as many of the guards kind of catch their breath and begin to kind of catch up on some water and such.
Does this corpse look familiar to the succubus I saw when we left Velcome just before the Meatmancer attack?
It does not. It looks like a completely other one, and the paleness to the corpse, you'd guesstimate, just from a quick look over, probably has been dead for a few months.
Yeah, I'd like to ask one that I think I'm kind of banking on both location and everything. Does this look like Matera, the champion of El Ugbo by any chance?
Give me a knowledge religion.
Does he know his religions?
You know what? I'll help with this, actually.
I love reading documents having exact names for people I find. It's so fun. Let's see. I have a plus 12.
Yeah,
Well, I'm helping you, so you get
James is
4
not
more.
Well, I rolled a 21, so I appreciate it. I didn't roll great. I didn't roll bad either.
25.
The notoriety of that individual has been kind of absent the last couple months, almost a year now. It's hard to tell with how rotted the body is. It looks close to them, kind of looking at the armor and the holy sigil, recognizing the El Ugbo holy sigil, putting two to two together. If it's not them, someone found a really close copy.
Alright.
Uncle, is that who you think it is?
This is a champion.
Fuck.
How'd they die? Am I able to tell?
Give me either a heal check or I'll take a profession mercenary.
Didn't her head pop like a balloon?
But yeah, in this case, her skull is together.
That's
Yeah, not 1 for a 5. I'm Professor Mercenary.
God.
Looking at it, looks like she has been dead for a long time. There's so many wounds on this body. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind, Rollman, is probably a battlefield.
Yeah.
Can I get a heal check?
Yeah, give me a heal check.
I'll try to help with that when maybe I do better.
The same roll again. Yeah, 18. I rolled the same die before modifier. Okay.
I rolled a little.
9. Hey, it's better.
Take your half bonus.
Looking it over, you do notice that it seems that there's 2 causes of death. One would be the physical wounds. It's clear that the body would have bled out within days after whatever damage it had taken. There's spear markings, there's what looks to be some sword markings. Clearly, this individual saw a major amount of battle before they passed. But what catches your attention is that there is residual magic coming off this individual. And as you kind of look them up and down, what scares you, Cinder, is you recognize this magic almost immediately. This looks to be a advanced version of Finger of Death. But as you kind of take a second This magic seems very faintly familiar to James's own magic.
Huh. I'm gonna look at James. I know his ability.
Mm-hmm.
I know he can't.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at him and I just go, please tell me you've become a necromancer recently.
No, I only worship magic and war, Uncle. The concepts, no gods.
The magic that killed her is yours.
I've never seen. I don't recognize this woman at all, other than from notoriety, right?
Give me a knowledge, either religion or history. I'll take either.
Okay.
But for your as far as for your note for if you recognize her from your own personal time and sessions, no, you have never met this individual personally.
16?
16, looking her up
Knowledge
and down,
religion?
you do recognize her as the champion of Ella Ugbo, and as you kind of think for a moment, you remember that your cousin had mentioned he is working with a priest of Ella Ugbo, but beyond that, you've never seen or met this individual before. You've heard about them in books, but...
Only heard about her in books. Ida, though, is working with someone that is a part of the Ella Ugbo Church.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you, Cameron. Earlier in the campaign, I rolled and did not know who Ida was as Cinder.
You think you're? Do I know who Ida is?
You did meet
You
him,
do?
Roland.
I think
Yeah,
so.
Roland, you met
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He came and helped me
You think
with
you're-
the making of the aligned weapon scrolls.
Do you think Ida killed this woman?
Well, he has strange magic. He can absorb magic and then seemingly regurgitate it as a weapon. So, possibly.
If it's your magic, and he can supposedly eat magic and throw it, he ate your magic from something and threw it.
I mean, I did give him. James
In other
stops
words-
for a moment and looks to.
In other words,
Roll
you're
him
going
in.
to help me dispose of this body.
Gave him a status plate.
You're going to help me dispose of this body so that no one thinks you fucking did it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, Uncle. We'll give it a proper burial.
No,
What's
I'm
the
going to burn
burial
it.
rights of their things? I don't actually care. You guys deal with this.
As the two of you begin to dig a hole and begin to kind of prep everything the best you can without looking conspicuous in any way.
Okay, no grave marker, just
I'm
padded.
going to beat the shit out of Iter when I see him next. And use my magic to heal somebody, and I'm
I will
going to kill
mention,
him next.
Cinder, as you kind of work on digging the hole with James, looking over the body with that heal check from earlier, one of the wounds that kind of catches your eye is there is something strange about one of the slashing wounds. Recognizing it as a great axe with the check, you do notice that there's some burn marks around where the axe hit and seemingly burnt the flesh. Kind of catching your eye as you haven't seen that as an enchant before. Even Flaming Weapon doesn't leave seared flesh behind.
That's
At least not like that.
I don't like it.
They're both singing.
All right. As the two of you kind of work on slowly putting away the body.
To make it a lot faster, I will be casting Snowdrift.
Okay. Yeah.
And to make our lives a little easier, because we can turn the armor over to possibly at least be like, yeah, we found this body, we're going to return the armor.
Roland, actually, you know what? Roland, give me a charisma check. Because I assume you're going to go over and try and keep most of the guards' attention drawn towards the front of the caravan.
I mean, sure. Is this a performance or something?
No, I'd say, well, I mean, if you have performance, or performance you want to use, I'm down with it. I was just going to give you a charisma check.
Are we this is a stop, right?
Yeah, the guards are
we-
kind of taking a break, drinking water, kind of taking a moment to catch their breath.
Alright. I will go out and just start doing my usual routine of training, and I'll make it more performative than I usually would.
Man is ready.
I think I perform a dance, 3 ranks. Oh yeah.
Suddenly in the background, the song I'll Make a Man of You begins to play. As
15.
Roland's blade is drawn, the sound of his sheath
There's a
kinda
bard in the trees!
Yeah, the sheath kind of shinging as the sword comes out, and as Rollman begins to elegantly dance around the area around the guards, kind of training and practicing his swings. Many of the guards seem to begin to clap and kind of laugh and enjoy, seemingly making comments, some joking and trying to mimic him and falling over and laughing at each other as they have a good time trying to catch up and practice. Some of them even taking it seriously and trying to mimic actual moves. As Roman begins to work away at his dance and his fighting or training, Cinder and James, as you begin to kind of work away at it, Cinder casting his snowdrift as the snow moves off to the side and kind of pushing or shoveling out as much dirt as you can. It takes you about 30 minutes to get a decent enough hole before you finally get the corpse pushed over and rolled in. As you roll over the corpse and kind of shove it in, you do notice what looks to be some sort of piece of papyrus, like almost with a knife shoved into it to hold to the back of the individual. There looks to be something written on it, though it's rather rough, looking like it's been there for a while.
I cover James's eyes in case of a curse, and I'll grab it.
I'll close my eyes and look away as
Look away,
I
child.
as well cast Snowdrift to move the snow back in.
Treating James
Also
like a
Yes, I can
child.
cast it.
Treating James like a child as you quickly rush your hand up to his eyes and kind of cover his eyes. James immediately kind of catching on, closing his eyes, and then turning around immediately with a little bit of concern as you look at the script. Give me a decipher script, Cinder.
It's always bad at handwriting.
I'm trying. Yeah, fucking. If more people could just put ranks in calligraphy, I would really.
Just be happy that someone could
really
write.
appreciate
I could draw you a picture if you'd like.
23.
As you look in, it reads, for those it may concern, the stone has fallen, and next the iron will break.
I mutter to the wind. Oh, fuck you.
As you kind of read this over quietly in your head and nothing happening as you look about. The dagger, as you look at, though, is a +1 dagger as you recognize the silver metal and the the giant runes enchanted onto it.
Is it a holy item in any way?
Give me either a wisdom check or a knowledge religion.
Fucking religion's always gonna be better. If it's a holy weapon, I'm not fucking touching it.
No, that's fair.
Let's see. It's a 15 plus what? Plus 9 to religion. Oh, plus 12. It's higher than I thought.
Good news. You can't fail this DC unless you roll a nat 1.
I did not roll a nat 1. It's 27.
This is an unholy avenger.
Oh dear God.
Bury that shit.
Who you think it's to is exactly who it's to. Yes, this is Alfred Stone's unholy avenger, unholy avenger. And as you kind of take a look at it, you're pretty sure this item is either sentient or has something going on, as it lightly ripples, like as if the metal is moving and vibrating a little bit, almost like a shiver for a second.
I'm gonna talk to the dagger right before it gets covered up in snow. Yeah, go back to the fucking snow. Fuck you.
Damn.
You just saying this out loud at the dagger as the snow covers over?
Just not loud enough that anyone's gonna look me from the the fucking troop, but loud enough that I know the dagger can hear me, and it just gets covered in snow suddenly.
As you say this, James kind of casting the snowdrift spell. James, you just hear behind you as the body kind of falls in, and then you hear snow kind of covering over. Is Cinder saying this from behind you as your eyes are closed, like you're facing towards the guards?
He's being crazy again. So
Once I'm done, I'll walk and James. I'll be like, "Yeah, we're good to go." By the way, Alfred Stone did it, and the message said they were coming for us. He was coming for us next. So anyway.
Oh, that means Rollman's head's about to go up his ass.
Ooh, I want to see that. That'd be cool to watch.
Cinder lightly puts his hand over your shoulder and walks you back over towards the guards, James.
The threat. I've never seen someone actually do it.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I don't really want it to happen, though.
As you kind of walk over, Roman finishing up his his training, the guards kind of clapping on as they kind of hear Bjorn give the signal to get again moving out again, and the wagons start to kind of move forward as Cinder straps himself back onto the sleds. As the three of you kind of continue on with the group, managing to finally get to the outskirts of Knighton, we're going to end session there with you lot coming into Knighton, roughly with about, and let me just confirm this on session so you can get the confirmation for yourself. We rolled a 2, correct?
Yes.
All right. So you will get only. It does take you a little bit longer. So it does take you the full 3 weeks. And it will. So you will get 6.5 weeks of downtime in Knighton between this session, Monday, and then the following session of the Monday session for those who are watching. With the team arriving there and you lot kind of beginning to look about the town, sparkles in your eye that you're finally in civilization where not everything wants to kill you. A hot meal is going to be ready and an inn with a warm bed, as well as hopefully news of what's gone on the war front. We'll end session there. We thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed. And never forget that Rollman is always going to be charm bait. See you next time.